Hello! We're both here! Yeah, usually the puppy doesn't join me right away at the beginning of stream. But she's just, she cuddled me all last night too. She was very, very interested and sticking real close. Real close. Like, I was either spooning her because she was like here right next to me, or I like rolling over on like, I like sleep on my side, I sleep on my stomach. I don't sleep on my back a lot. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. Anyways, so it was either we were either butt to butt or we were spooning. Look at this beautiful angel. Look at this gorgeous sweet girl. She's such an angel. She's you can tell that she's miserable right now though. You can see the misery just wafting off of her because I'm not taking her to go play fetch. And she's like, "We haven't played fetch in 3 days. We have not played fetch in 3 whole days." And she's right. And she's right. It has been 3 whole days since we went to go play fetch. Because it was 3 whole fucking days of the heat wave. We got, wave at the heat, guys. Wave at the heat. Heat it up. Wave it on. It was intense. It was an intense couple of days. I feel terrible for all the people in the city who lost power. One of my best friends messaged me on Monday night, and he had lost power in his apartment. And so I was like, dude, you can come over. Like, you can come over whenever you want. I have my AC running, please. He ended up going over to another friend's house because that friend has a pool. One of his friends was like, come on over, you can swim in the pool. And I was like, I mean, obviously, that's going to be where you fucking head to anyways. I don't have a pool. So he lost power on Monday, and then yesterday, all on Yonge Street, which is our like most popular street in Toronto. Yonge Street, I think, is also the longest street in Canada. So it starts at the waterfront, and then it goes, I don't know, to fucking Nunavut or something. I'm exaggerating. It doesn't actually go that far. Weasel! Oh, man. Oh, and Asim! Okay, wait. Asim, thank you so much. Bless you, my dear. But I have to tell you, so there's an episode of Bob's Burgers where they go, where the kids go to like a mountain retreat area. Hi, Dashing. And the like mountain retreat ranger is teaching them songs. And they're all in rounds. So he's teaching the individual parts of the round. He's like, so I'll sing, who's that? Knocking on my hole. And then you answer, weasel, weasel, if you please'll. And then you guys answer, and he keeps going, and it's so fucking funny to me. I just love it. Every time I see the word weasel or think, it's also an earworm. It gets stuck in my head all the fucking time. Weasel, weasel, if you please'll. And also, who's that knocking at my hole is, you guys, who is that? It's Asim. It's Asim knocking at my hole. Is that an actual thing? I've never heard that song before. I think they just invented it for the episode of Bob's Burgers. I think it is a Bob's Burgers original tune, which there's a lot of original tunes in Bob's Burgers. If you haven't checked it out, I can't recommend it enough. It's such like a fun and wholesome show. I was rewatching, I think it's like my favorite 2-part they don't do a lot of 2-part episodes. There's like a couple of 2-part episodes. There's Wharf Horse, which is about Mr. Fischoeder, who owns Wonder Wharf and is also the landlord of the family, the Belcher family. He's like, his younger brother is trying to convince him to sell Wonder Wharf and to build condos, and that's a really great 2-part episode. But there's another 2-part episode, and it's so wonderful. It's called Some Like It Bought. It's a play on the Marilyn Monroe movie Some Like It Hot. And the premise of that episode is really, really sweet. It's very simple, but I think they do just a wonderful job of conveying all the feelings in this very simple concept. Tina, the oldest daughter, buys herself a brand new horse t-shirt. I forget even what the t-shirt says. It's got like a horse on it. I think the horse has sunglasses, because you know that's how you see it's cool. It's so cool. And she goes to school and she's wearing her new t-shirt and she feels really confident and great about it. And then Tammy and Jocelyn go on the student news, which is like broadcast throughout the entire school, and they call her t-shirt weird. They have this news segment called Wow or Weird, and they're like, Tammy's new braces, totally wow. Tina's new t-shirt, it's kind of weird. And Tina takes it really personally. She takes it really personally, and then she has this incredibly vivid daydream, which is also kind of an erotic friend fiction. And it's all about Blade Runner. So she imagines herself in like a Blade Runner type of world where she is an android. And in this world, androids make small decisions to try to like express themselves. But if they Yay! Oh yeah, according to Google, the longest street in Canada is Yonge Street, located in Ontario. It stretches 86 kilometers, 53 miles, from Queens Quay at Toronto waterfront to Lake Simcoe. Nice. So that word, Queens, Q-U-A-Y, it looks like it would be pronounced Quay. It's not. It's pronounced Quay. Queens Quay. There's a couple of streets in Toronto like that. Okay, so going back to Some Like It Bot. So Tina's imagining that she is this android. They do small things to try to differentiate themselves from each other. And if you are deemed like a weirdo for differentiating yourselves, they take you to a wiping machine and it wipes your memories and it like makes you go back to being a quote unquote regular normal person, but it steals like every single fucking part of your personality. So Tina Bot in her daydream escapes. She starts living as a regular human, and it's like it's a really, really wonderful Blade Runner parallel. Like, she meets Jimmy Jr., they do the test. You find a tortoise in the desert laying on its back. What's a tortoise? Do you know what a turtle is? It's basically the same thing. Like, they do that whole deal, but it's also very cute and funny. And then it's also interspersed with Bob finding, and like, I relate to this one so fucking much. I don't know, I got kind of bullied in university a little bit. My first year of university, there were some girls, like I had my own room in university. This was like a double-edged sword. When I graduated high school, my final classes in high school were like drama, music, history, and English. And those are, you guys have seen me speak. You guys have watched me do my fucking jazz. Drama, English, history, and music were by far my best classes. And I ended up, surprisingly, acing all of them. So I graduated university with like a 95% average, like an A+ average. I am not an A+ student. I am not at all an A+ student, not even a little fucking bit. It was just how my classes and my electives worked out that like I fucking nailed all those classes and I really enjoyed like the entire curriculum. But that meant that when I applied for university, it seemed like I was some kind of fucking genius wonder child, and they gave me my own dorm room instead of pairing me up with another student. I had my own room, which meant that so like I could like study better myself, but it kind of isolated me because there was 4 girls in 2 double rooms down the hall. And they would keep their doors open so they could shout at each other over the hallway, and they were just real rude. Real rude girls. So I did get a little bit bullied by them, but mostly I just think it's because they were bored, and sometimes it's just fun to be a bitch. They didn't take it too personally. So as far as like Tina's storyline, I was like, yeah, I know what it feels like a little bit to be bullied by like your friends in that way. But Bob's storyline in Some Like It Bot was incredibly fucking relatable because you can't escape this on the internet. Somebody goes into the restaurant and they write Bob sucks in the restaurant. He gets like a really negative comment written towards him. And like as a Twitch streamer, you get like hundreds and hundreds of negative comments written towards you all the fucking time. Hi baby, where are you going? Oh, look at her little tail. Look at the little tail, good. Little pine cone of a tail. Hi baby, you want to sit on this side? Okay, we're switching sides. Okay. Also, so no, there's no ban and no trouble. I'm wearing beautiful shorts, beautiful nude colored shorts underneath my dress, so I'm not gonna get banned. And if there's any slippage, it's all nude shorts under there, baby, all nude shorts. Hi, are you checking out my outfit too? She's checking out my outfit. She says it's good. You can't ban me. The dog is approving. So yeah, the whole episode, the Some Like It Bot double part episode, is the music is really, really good. The message is really, really wonderful. I like all the Blade Runner references as well. It's so funny. The episode starts with like the kids waking up and they're so tired. And Linda's like, what did you guys get up to last night? And they said, we watched the end of Grease and the beginning of Blade Runner. And she's like, do those movies go together? And it's like, no, not even a little fucking bit. Oh, rightus. Oh, there's a new Death Stranding coming out, right? Like I feel like I have seen some promotion for the sequel to that game. Looks frickin' grand. Did you enjoy it? Yeah. I have to go to Toronto next year. It's been 6 years since I've been there, says you. On the cultural map, friends are talking to me about going to Toronto. Okie dokie. I say that next Saturday or Wednesday, I'm going to Montreal International Jazz Festival. Cool, yeah. Montreal has amazing music festivals. Really, really good music festivals, yeah. Oh, hug that baby right now. Oh, I love her so much. I love her so much, yeah. Oh, it's such a good pup. Want me to keep going? Sorry, guys. My hands are meant for petting the puppy. I like Death Stranding. People say that it's just a walking simulator, but I just like looking at the beautiful landscapes. You know what? I feel like many games are just walking simulators, and that's okay. I've enjoyed every minute of most of the video games that I've played, which were all mostly just walking around. I'm not a very adversarial person. Which is definitely why I could not figure out Abdullah's new username. I was like, what does IKO stand for? And like, I'm saying it, I should be able to get it out loud. And he's like, KO, like knockout, like I knock out. It's like, oh yeah, but I am just not, I'm not like a fighting game person. So it would, I don't know why my brain just wouldn't go there. I guess it's because it's not the natural like pathway for my thoughts to go. I didn't like separate the I from the K and the O. I put all three of the letters together, and I was like, oh, this means something together. But it's like, no, it's one word and then two other letters. Hi, pup. Oh, she's so soft and so sweet. God, I love this little dog so much. Every time I talk with like friends or just like people that I meet out and about, every time I leave my house, I talk with strangers. I guess every time I sit down on my stream, I'm talking with strangers too, which is, I think, given me a lot of confidence to just like strike up conversations with strangers in public too. And a lot of people, oh, Ivan is asking, is your username pronounced V or V? It's pronounced V, Invader V, V-I-E, like the French word for life, V. Yeah. Every time I talk with people, like my friends or just like people that I like meet at the beach or, you know, at the park, or at the cafe, and they talk about going on vacation, leaving my dog behind makes it feel like it's the opposite of a vacation. Not having my dog with me, it feels kind of like a punishment, but I guess that's also why it's not like I mean, I feel like a deeply poor person, because I'm like, no, I don't want to go to Mexico. I don't want to go back to Europe. I don't want to go to fucking, I mean, I would go to Japan for sure, but can I bring my dog to Japan? Hi, hello. Hello. Did you play Silent Hill 2? No, I've never played any of the Silent Hill games, but there's like a remaster of it coming out, right? Is that why you asked? Or do you just really love the game? I mean, I do love a great remaster. Yeah. People like to keep to themselves here, so it's very rare to have conversations with strangers. It might just be a European thing. Rightus, I also think that you're a man, and I think that, unfortunately, men have, because of, like, a select few dudes, men have kind of a bad rap, where, like, there are definitely people who are like, I don't want to strike up a conversation with a random man, but being a woman, it's like I'm the least threatening fucking imaginable thing imaginable. How many times can I say imaginable? Tron's TV says, I would love to be back in Europe. So much I would love to explore. I'd love to go too, but only if I could bring my dog. Only if this little pup gets to come along with me. I just miss her so fucking much. It's crazy to me that, like, the last time I went on a vacation, I guess would have been a couple of years ago, and it was when the guy that I was dating, he was invited to be part of a wedding in Switzerland. And so we went out to Switzerland, and then we went to Milano in Italy, and then we flew to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and that was really wonderful. But every single day, I was just like, I want to know what my dog is doing. I want a picture of her. I just like was daydreaming about her being there with me. I was kind of like getting like hard on myself because I was like, oh, you should want to travel. Like that is the aspiration of all good people, is to travel and to go places. But then I read somebody sort of talking about it online, and they were like, it is so satisfying and so wonderful to be happy where you are and to not feel like you need to daydream about leaving everything behind and going to a brand new place to experience all brand new things. I also think that I didn't travel a lot when I was little. Like, me and my family did not go on family vacations. We were poor. So like we couldn't afford plane tickets. My parents couldn't afford to take like a lot of time off. Definitely could not afford hotels or anything like that. And so vacation was really just like going to visit family. And we mostly just went to go visit our grandparents, because our grandparents lived like about an hour and a half away, which as a kid felt like 10 hours away. Oh my God. It felt like it was really, really far away. So our grandparents lived about an hour and a half away, and we would just go visit them, and they lived near a lake. Not on the lake, no, but they lived near a lake, and they had a pool. So it was sort of like our own little like vacation getaway to go visit the grandparents. And that was really lovely. Yeah. I wonder why travel is so I guess, you know what? Travel can feel really, really stressful because you're stepping out into so many unknowns. Like, you can research the airplane that you're flying on, you can research the city that you're staying in, you can research all the like local hotspots, the hotel that you'll be in, you can research all of these things. But it's not really the same as actually going there. And in going there, you're facing a ton of unknowns, like many, many unknowns. Oh, hey pup. Hey pupper up. Oh. No, you can lay down and relax. You can lay down and relax, puppy. It's okay. The remake of Silent Hill was already released last year, and it's very good. Oh! Oh, awesome. That's great. I didn't realize that it was... I'm like kind of like far behind on the game releases. Silent Hill, do you guys remember that first Silent Hill movie with Sean Bean? It was amazing. It was amazing. I love that movie. One of my favorites to watch. Joe Schmo says, sorry, I would have said something sooner, but I fainted as soon as I joined stream and I saw the outfit today. Yeah, it's sundress season, baby. Also, hi, Via. I hope you're having a great day. Yeah, it's not so bad today. Not so bad. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. Thanks, King Hanzo. That's a very kind thing to say. What the dog doing? Living her best life, just like she does every day, baby. Do Canadians do road trips like Americans do? Like, I've driven 16 hours straight with very few stops in between. Oh! That doesn't sound... fun? What the fuck? Driving for 16 hours straight sounds like an absolute nightmare to me. There are a lot of Canadians who love to do good road trips. It's just that we have the prairies, and so it's like you can drive all through Ontario. That's really fun. Road trips to the East Coast are very popular. One of my best friends, Brooklyn, is a musician, and she drives. When she was touring, I don't think she's like doing a lot more touring right now. But when she was touring, she would absolutely. She'd do so many drives over to the East Coast. And that's a really, really beautiful drive. Driving all through the prairies to get to BC is a little bit... yeah, you know what? I'm going to say it. A little tedious. Driving through the prairies can be real tedious. And that's not me being rude, and that's not me being hyperbolic. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but don't they have like billboards with like puzzles and riddles and like snappy phrases on them to try to keep people alert while they're driving through the prairies? Because you can definitely just fucking zone out and then fall asleep and then drive off the goddamn road. I thought there was another new Silent Hill coming out. Yes, a remake for Silent Hill 1 is in production. Oh yeah, that's what I was remembering when he brought up Silent Hill 2. Yep, That's it. That clicked right in place. Also, it's with new places is an overload for the brain, so I'd imagine that would drain a lot of energy too. Yeah, Rightus. I'm like a very extroverted person, but I'm also quite an introverted person in that I love being alone in my own comfortable individual controlled space, and that's what I do to like recharge my batteries. And like staying at a hotel, staying in Airbnbs, even like staying with friends when you go visit, it's like you don't get that sensation of like I can just be myself. I can just like completely let down all my walls. I can exist in a vacuum. I love existing in a vacuum. Not like the vacuum of space. That'll boil the water right off your tongue, baby. But in a sort of like cozy vacuum, a social vacuum. From what you said the other stream about how large the provinces are, road trips in Canada sound like road trips in Texas. Spend an entire day and you're still in Texas. Yes, exactly, Joe Schmo. You can drive for 2 days and still be in Ontario. Because Ontario, I think, is a little bit larger than Texas, just like a smidge. I think it's like 3,000 square kilometers larger than Texas-ish. Puppy. Oh, this silly little dog. You're such a dum-dum. As a Manitoban, I feel attacked. What, by a polar bear? Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Oh, I thought there was also a brand new Silent Hill set in Japan or something. That one too. There's just a lot of games coming out. Yeah, Rightus, yeah. Oh, that Silent Hill movie was a disaster. They took a masterpiece of psychological horror and they turned it into a cheap haunted house ride. I mean, agree to disagree? There's definitely a difference between watching a movie when it first comes out and when you're very young, and the way that it imprints on you, and the way that it makes you feel, and the influence that it exerts on you, and then rewatching the movie. It's like, I mean, yeah, for sure. You can rewatch the first Silent Hill movie, and you can be like, this looks bad, and this looks cheesy, and this is stupid, and this is over the top. But is anyone handing out awards for being overly critical and pedantic? I don't think they are. I really don't think they are. I think it's a skill to be able to enjoy something. And it seems to be a skill that many people are not interested in cultivating for themselves. They would rather just take the easy way out and just be like, this is dumb, this is bad, this is so terrible, this is awful. And it's like, okay, buddy, yep. Is the movie terrible or is your taste terrible? Such a lucky dog. I think the first one was great, though I have not touched the second one. Don't watch the second Silent Hill movie. I would agree that that one was terrible and bad. It's not very memorable. Kit Harington does a great job. Yeah, the Silent Hill movie was so good, says Yeah No Sure. The atmosphere was totally on point in my opinion. Plus, Sean Bean didn't die in the first 5 minutes of it, or at all. The atmosphere was good. I also, not to draw attention to something that I think is uncomfortable for many young men, Silent Hill, the first Silent Hill movie, is a aggressively female movie. All of the main characters are basically female, and all of the main antagonists are basically female. The male characters in the first Silent Hill movie are all secondary or tertiary characters. It's a very female-forward horror movie, and that's crazy fucking rare. That is super duper rare. Having it be a predominantly female cast, having it be a horror movie with a predominantly female cast, having it be a video game transition into a movie with a predominantly female cast, like all of these elements go into it. And that's another thing that makes it feel really special and wonderful to me. That you have the mom character, I forget her name. You have mom, dear sweet mom. You have the female police officer. She's fucking amazing. You have the fanatical head of the church. She's also a lady. She's scary as all fuck. We have her sister, who's like the gray lady. She's all like destroyed and sad because they sacrificed her daughter. It's just like women with women with women with women. And there are men in the movie, obviously. Like Pyramid Head's a dude. Her husband's a dude. There's like some guys around. Oh, there's a detective. There's a detective who like was there when the first little girl was sacrificed and he got his hands burned. That's a dude. He's in there. But those are all sort of like secondary, tertiary characters. All the main characters are women. It was wonderful. I fucking loved it. It was great. And they were like really well written female characters as well. Where like you could have switched out. It could have been men, it could have been women. They were people. They were real people. Yeah. I love it. Ivan says, speaking of traveling, the Mercator projection is crazy. There are whole countries that look smaller on the map but are actually bigger than other countries. Yeah, I feel like I was kind of older when I realized that you can't accurately show the globe on, oh, look at her adjusting her little feet. You can't like accurately show the size of all the countries. It's real different. It's Hollywood, of course it's gonna take the source material and turn it into something original for them. Yeah. I feel like I really learned that lesson when the Harry Potter movies were coming out. That the internet was up in arms. Oh, Sybil, the cop, was in the first Silent Hill game, so I'd say that women have always been important characters in the game. Yeah. I love Sybil. Yeah, she's great. Yeah, when the Harry Potter movies were coming out, there were so many people who were like, they've made this change, they made that change, they got rid of this character, and they didn't like actually do this as well as I wanted them to do it. And I was 11 years old when the first Harry Potter movie came out, which felt really special because the kids are 11 in that movie as well. And then it took longer and longer for the rest of the movies to come out, so like I was aging at the same time as the actors, but we weren't aging at the same time as the characters in the movie. I loved it. I loved it so much. I watched the first Harry Potter movie in theaters and was like, okay, that's good. And then it was the second Harry Potter movie that came out the next year that I watched it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna read these books. And I hadn't really enjoyed reading up until that point. Like, we had to do, do you guys remember this in elementary school? We had to do like reading every single month, and we had to have our parents sign off on like, yep, they read for an hour tonight, or they read for half an hour tonight. And I just got really good at forging my mom's signature. And my teacher totally knew. My teacher absolutely knew that I was forging my mom's signature. But God bless that teacher that she was just like, I don't give a fuck, whatever. You're putting the effort in to try to forge the signature, so I'm not going to be mad at you for doing it. And so I didn't really love reading until I started reading the Harry Potter books. And they're so wonderful. I really liked them. It sucks that J.K. Rowling turned out to be a monster, an awful, vile, repugnant ghoul of a person, and a loser, a great big loser too. Trans lives and trans rights are human rights. So dealing with like the huge, oh my gosh. Do you guys remember the leakycauldron.net? Yeah, I was like daily on there playing games, reading people's thoughts and feelings. People took it really personally that they made changes from the books to the movies. And I think it's an excellent lesson for anyone to learn. That it's like, it is an adaptation. If you don't understand what an adaptation is, you're obviously not going to have a good time. Dahlia Gillespie, yeah, the cult lady, was in Silent Hill 1 too. Yeah! I had to take these special reading classes, says Joe Schmo, in elementary school. And then Harry Potter got me into reading, and I didn't have to do those anymore. Yeah, Joe Schmo, I had the exact same thing. It worked wonders. It was great. When you started off talking about stream and talking about people losing power, I just lost power for a few seconds. Ooh, I did that. I'm a witch. I'm magic. Does anyone remember the Harry Potter Puppet Pals? Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore. Yeah, those were hilarious. The mysterious ticking sound. Those were great. Yeah, those were wonderful. That's right, Joe Schmo. I got all the nerdy, esoteric, early 2000s meme understanding. Ron Weasley. Sometimes the simplest shit is the most effective. Oh, hi, baby. You give me a kiss with your nose. Yeah. I remember watching those. They were iconic. Absolutely iconic. They would get stuck in your head. It's a very simple but hilarious execution. Yeah, 10 out of 10 would Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, again. Yeah, it was really, really lovely comedy. She's pushing herself back onto me so hard. She's like really gotta like squidge her little bean body up against me. You got a little bean for a body. Little cocoa bean body. Little coffee bean body. Look at your sad little posture. Look at your silly little feet. And your stupid little legs. Oh, what an angel. What an angel. Jenks, what's good, Jenks? How's it going? I hope you guys all had a great sleep. This is the dream that I had last night. I went from being like a pretty religious weed smoker. I would like smoke multiple times a week and almost every single day. And recently I just like cold turkey quit. Just like I haven't smoked. The last time I smoked was when I went to go see Sinners with my friend. We like got a joint and we smoked it as we went to the movie theater. And then we like smoked it a little bit more on our way to get food afterwards. So that was like a couple weeks ago, but like just a very small amount of weed. And so now that I've like quit smoking weed, my dreams have been coming back so vividly. Every single night I go on like a real wild and crazy fucking adventure. And last night's dream was very cinematic. Mutant dinosaurs have taken over. That was my dream. I think it was because we were talking about 28 years later. We were talking about the zombie dongs and just like the zombies yesterday a little bit. And so in my dream it was like zombie dinosaurs, but they were also kind of like mutant dinosaurs. And me and like the rest of humanity that had survived the initial wave of catastrophe of these like mutant zombie dinosaurs attacking us again had found refuge in a natural history museum. Like museums are great for that. Museums have like big strong doors, usually like very big thick walls, and not a ton of windows because like sun damage is terrible for artifacts. So we took refuge in a natural history museum. And there was like a bunch of different parts. There was like one part of the dream which was quite interesting where like because it's a dream that I'm having and I spend a lot of time watching like movies and TV shows and stuff. I'm like I love absorbing, you know, all that social culture. There was like an opening song and montage at the beginning of my dream that showed me little bits, little flashes of what was going to come later in the dream. So there was this part of the dream where I saw it in like the opening credits, and so I was anticipating it coming. And, you know, it was that we discovered that there were twins, this like adult two male men who were twins who had been living secretly in the basement of the museum for years and years and years, like even before this zombie dinosaur apocalypse happened. And they were like, oh yeah, we created like a whole living space for ourselves in the basement of this museum without anybody knowing. It's super duper great, it's awesome, and we also have this really excellent, very private bathroom. And just before we had gone downstairs and discovered the twins living in the basement, I, for whatever reason, it was a great reason. I mean, I guess I did it because the dream needed me to. But I went and I grabbed one of the like skeletal heads, the skull of one of the like dinosaur models in the Natural History Museum. And so I had it on me when dinosaurs came and they broke through our barricade and they were attacking people in the Natural History Museum. And I was there with the twins in the basement when I heard this commotion coming. And I was like, I know what I need to do. I'm gonna hide in the bathroom that they created because the bathroom has no windows and it has like a big strong door that will lock. And so I tried to get as many people into this bathroom as I could. And then we were trying to pull the door closed, but a dinosaur like jammed its face in the opening between the door jamb and the door, and it was like trying to bite my arm, and it was so scary, and I was like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And then I put my hand in the dinosaur's skull that I had taken from one of the exhibits, and I used it to bite the dinosaur that was biting me, and it was like, oh, what are you doing? What the fuck? And it left, and then I was able to slam the door shut, and then all the people around me were like, oh my god, this is how we'll fight back. This is how we'll fight back. We'll use dinosaur bones to create like armor and weapons, and then we'll be able to fight back against the mutant dinosaurs. And then I think at the end of the dream, we were all living happily together. I feel like it was a really happy ending. I don't know if this makes a lot of sense, but I feel like there was a foam, like, like a foam blocks that they have sometimes at trampoline parks. It's like a pool filled with foam blocks, and you can like jump into it from whatever fucking height you want, and it's really fun. I have a feeling that we were all like flipping and hanging out, me and the remnants of humanity and the dinosaurs, and we were all hanging out in the foam block pool that I guess was in the Natural History Museum. Hey, wanting to jump into foam block pools is also very natural as well. Switched from weed to LSD then, I assume. Does LSD give you crazy dreams? No, it's just that when you go from smoking weed regularly to not, it changes the way that your brain functions. It changes the level of relaxation that your brain can engage in. That people have said that smoking weed prevents you from entering into REMs, rapid eye movement sleep, which is usually where you have the most dreams. And so when you stop smoking weed, your body dips your subconscious, dips your mind, and you go to sleep into the rapid eye movement sleep. And then you have all these like real crazy intense dreams. It's awesome. Ivan says, speaking of dreams, I had a dream that would technically be a crime against humanity on how to cut pizza. Instead of the center of the pizza being where all the cuts meet, all the cuts would meet in the corner. Wait, the corner of the pizza? Pizza has no corners, it's round. Oh wait, hold on, there's like party pizzas that are square. Okay, so is it like a party square pizza? And all the cuts went no. No. What about the crust corners? Like the edge? Like all the lines met at the edge? I'm gonna need a diagram. Yeah, Ritus, I've heard that coming off of weed does make your dreams more intense. Absolutely, yeah. You remember them as well. I mean, if you're able to remember them. Not everybody has that, like, I guess it's kind of like a muscle that you flex where you remember your dreams. Someone in my dream was trying to tell me this is how it's done. Joe Schmo says, I would dive in front of a dino for V. You know what? I'll take just some bits, honestly. You can keep your life, and I'll take your bits. There's a game called Ark. You survive amongst dinosaurs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, is this my new game? Should I play it? Is it available on Switch? Ooh, you're a puppy. Oh, you're a puppy with a cold, wet nose. Cold, wet nose puppy. Joe Schmo says, hopefully there are more foam blocks than at TwitchCon a few years ago. Oh yeah, that was so painful and scary to see. It was a Twitch streamer, right? It was like one of the lady streamers who, oh man, and she had like that spinal injury from jumping into like the foam pit. Oh geez. That was really no good. Hi Ludons, how are you doing today? LSD makes everything a dream. I've never done LSD. Yeah. I don't think I need to. I think I'm kind of too old now. I feel like I'm too old to do a bunch of drugs. Oh, I want to kiss you, but I'm wearing red lipstick, so I don't want to get red lipstick all over you. Oh, yeah, like all of the cuts met at the edge of the pizza. Oh my god. Ah! I don't even understand how it'd be possible. You should draw a picture of it, and then you should post it to the Thomas the Plank Engine subreddit. There's like a whole subreddit, and it's called Thomas the Plank Engine, and it's dedicated to people talking about like the weird, funny dreams that they had. There was one that was posted yesterday, I think, and it was this guy had a dream about like a Wikipedia page about the oldest person ever to live, and this person was, oh, okay, Chris Pizza Cuts, okay, Ritus, I'm seeing it. Oh, geez. Yeah, that is fucking cursed. Oh, no. And then just like more and more of those cuts. Yeah, Jesus. Jesus. Fuck. Fuck that noise. But also now I kind of want to like send that kind of cut of pizza to my enemies. Take that, you bastards. Just, they would love it. They love pizza. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the girl, but she broke her back. She broke her back. Shut the fuck up. I thought she had a spinal injury, but I didn't think it was like a fracture. Oh my gosh, you just want to climb into my freaking lap? You guys, look at her. Apparently Ark is available on the Switch. Ritus, that's a game changer. I might play that fucker. Oh my god, Ritus, this is scary. Ah, jeez. Her name was Adriana Chechik. Oh, Adriana Chechik, you are in our dreams. You are in our prayers tonight. We hope that your back is feeling better after your experience of the foam pit at TwitchCon. She streams on Twitch, but she's known for stuff outside of Twitch. Yeah. That is a man in a dog suit. I know, right? Also, she's a girl, so she's like a woman in a dog suit. But yeah, she's definitely just a little person. Definitely a little person. Ooh, Alt good boy. Are you here to be a good boy today? Are you here to be a good boy? Or are you here to be a nasty, bad, disgusting, awful boy? Oh no! RJ Fine says, when I was 6, I had a dream that I got stabbed in my thigh in my house. I think she got a settlement for it from Twitch. Oh, that's good. That's good, yeah. Yeah, it says that her bones were crushed and she needed fusions. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm glad that Twitch was able to compensate her for that, because that is an like spinal injuries will affect you for the rest of your life. You will never be able. Like we were talking about how one of the Indiana Pacers players in the championship game tore his Achilles, I think it was. And we were like, okay, yeah, like ACL damage, Achilles damage. Sports medicine has like come so far and has become so wonderfully advanced because of it. Yeah, it ruined their game 7, but also he had a strain already. Yeah, he went into the game knowing that he was injured. So, like, he must have known that this was a possibility, like, getting severely injured was a possibility, but he wanted to play through it. Sports medicine has done amazing things. But I don't know if that also extends to, like, the spine. The spine is so delicate, so complicated, so central to everything. Fuck. I think the dog is sleepy. You sleepy girl? You my sleepy angel. We cuddled all last night. It was great. It's very, very, like, comforting to have your favorite little person in the bed with you. Yeah, no jokes. Was like, I know what you did to me last summer type stabbing. Oh, did you feel pain in your dream? In my dream last night when the dinosaurs were attacking us and they were trying to bite my arm, I didn't feel any pain, so I was like, oh, I guess the dinosaurs aren't biting me. But when I woke up, I was like, no, they were totally biting me. I just didn't feel any pain. Still no AC? That's a whole fucking entire story. So, at the beginning of this year, the building management of the house that I live in told us that they were going to be updating the heating and the cooling, and they were going to be installing permanent air conditioners in the living rooms and in the bedrooms of all of our houses. Sorry, of all of our apartments, rather. It was such an imposition. They came in, they like were drilling holes, they had us like move a ton of our furniture. For those of us who work from home, we had to like miss those days of work as well, because, I mean, if there's that much going on behind you, it's going to be a little bit difficult to focus on your work. And so it was a huge imposition. They did all of that. And then they told us, okay, we've installed all these ACs. We've like is that the word I'm looking for? We've like created such a huge imposition on you in your life. And now you're going to like pay us to use it. So they like gave us these ACs and they're like, you're going to have to pay us to use them. Which feels like a really shitty fucking bait and switch. Like, oh, I thought you were just putting these in because it was the right thing to do. No, this is just like a big cash grab. And then on top of that, they were like, we're not turning these on this year until August 1st. So on Monday morning, got an AC from Canadian Tire. Like, it's just a little window unit from Canadian Tire. And I've been having that run to, like, help keep the house cool, so for the safety of my pets and for me. And it's worked pretty well. But yeah, the whole, like, AC saga of we're going to install these, we're going to, like, change the fucking layout of your house, we're going to do all of this construction work, and then we're going to make you pay for it, and we're not even going to let you use it for most of this summer. It's so sad. It's so frustrating. Rita says, and from the way that Adriana landed, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some spinal compression, which is not the best. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like it, like, crushed, like, her vertebrae. And that's devastating. Do you play basket? I do not play basket, no. No, I'm not much of a sports person. I love cheering. So if you want to go to a sports game with me, absolutely, I'll go with you, because I just love cheering. But that means that I'm also going to be kind of cheering for both sides. I just want both teams to have fun. I'm one of those people. I'm not sure who paid her, either Twitch or the vendors or the venue. Yeah, I don't know either. It's nice to hear you got the window unit running, yeah, but very scummy of the owners. I know, right? Yeah. When will the cosplays return? I guess whenever I feel like it. I went to a basketball game in January. It was very fun. Nothing wrong with liking scoring. Yeah. Just like watching them do their best. So fun. So exciting. Dashing says, in his opinion, hockey is the best sport live. Hockey's pretty fun. I've been to a bunch of hockey games. Like, mostly just like kids playing. When I was in high school, a lot of the guys in my grade played a lot of hockey. And any of the girls who had, like, a crush on any of the guys would be like, V, come with me to watch them play hockey. So I spent a lot of time. It's just that the bleachers in those hockey games, it's like those, you know, those, like, traditional, like, super hard metal bleachers. It definitely made your bum numb. Definitely some bum numbage. Yeah. You're such a silly puppy. You're such a silly girl. Just an angel, just a sweetheart. Just the love of my life. Look at her cute little face and her adorable little patches of white. She's got her little tuxedo patch here. She's got her little goatee patch here. Don't touch my face like that. I was also cheering for both sides when I went to the basketball game in January. Yeah. Yeah. The people around you are just like, what the fuck? How dare you? No, it's just fun to, I don't know, have fun, I guess. Nothing more complicated than that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I had so many dreams last night, yeah. Like, that dinosaur dream, like, just, like, went on and on and on. And then I had the experience, this doesn't happen all the time, but I kind of like it when it does. Had the experience of, like, I would kind of wake up a little bit and then fall back asleep and then go back into the dream. Oh, man, sometimes you want that to happen. Sometimes you're like, let me go back into the dream. It was just getting good. I was just getting to, like, this great spot or this, like, great part where, like, I know it was going to be building to a really, like, exciting, fun crescendo. And then you try to go back to sleep and then you either, like, dream nothing or it's, like, a different dream entirely. But this one that I had last night was very much, like, there were so many different parts. There were so many different characters. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, I apologize. I don't mean to be yawning. Oh my god. Maybe I'm not even tired. Maybe you guys are just very secretly wishing that I open my mouth real wide for you. Because you're dirty, horny bastards. I'm so very mad. Says, hello, you look radiant today. And you're mad about it? Good. Stay mad. I like the videos of people who switch their shirts mid-game. Oh, like they come wearing one jersey supporting one team, and then they switch to another jersey supporting the other team midway through? Despicable. Despicable. Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do you like horror dreams, like with the ghosts? Do No. No. I mean, I feel like the question's a little silly because, like, it being a horror dream, that's called a nightmare. That's called a nightmare. And, like, by definition, a nightmare is not pleasant and not fun, and you don't like it. No, I definitely don't like nightmares. Definitely don't like nightmares. I've had some really intense ones where, like, I wake up and I'm, like, panting and, like, crying and just, like, freaking out for real. Yeah. Do not like those ones. No, thank you. Oh my god. Dude, if this incredibly mild conversation is too spicy for you, there's the door. Yeah, nightmares are nightmarish. I'm so very mad, says, I was not expecting that response to my compliment. I mean, this is just playing off your username, that's all. Also, you definitely should not be giving compliments with an expectation of how you're going to get a response. That's not a good way to go about your day. I would not recommend that. You should definitely just give compliments without any expectation about how somebody would respond to it. That's the good way of giving compliments. Dayman, Fighter of the Night Man. Oh yeah, so Always Sunny in Philadelphia just put out its like latest trailer for its newest season. It's real interesting to watch the show like change and evolve. To be honest, I like the way that Glenn Howerton plays Dennis Reynolds. You would think that he would be the one getting exorbitant amounts of plastic surgery. She's trying so hard not to slip off. She's just pushing herself against me as hard as she can. Like, I think Dennis looks great. I think Charlie looks awesome. I think that Mac and Sweet D have gotten a lot of plastic surgery. They look like completely different brand new people. Like, almost like completely unrecognizable brand new different people. And it starts falling into that uncanny valley where it's like looking at you makes me feel uncomfortable, unfortunately. And I know that it's not appropriate for any of us to judge somebody by what they do with their own bodies. Like, get tattoos, get plastic surgery, get hair plugs, get lip filler, just do whatever you want to your body, absolutely. And I don't mean to judge them on like a shallow surface level. But it's on like a deep visceral experience of like, this person looks so different. This person looks so, I mean, it is unnatural. Getting plastic surgery is unnatural. And I think it's a little bit like inescapable to be a little repulsed by people who look unnatural, which is a real shame. I remember when Mac got fat because he was like, I hate how in like sitcoms, as it starts getting more popular and it starts taking off, all of the characters like start looking like yassified versions of themselves. They all start looking better and better and better. And so he did the opposite. He like got really overweight. And he was like, I don't want this character to like go in that direction. But then they did go in that direction. I imagine there's just like an insane amount of pressure from not just the audiences who are watching them, but also from like the people that they spend their time with. Like their immediate peer group as well. There's a lot of pressure to look a certain way. Okay, there. Is that better? Is that where you want to sit? Okay, good girl. Yeah, you're a good girl. What a cutie patootie. Me! And the dog's looking pretty dapper too. Oh, Princess Potato! You had me in the first half. You had me in the first half. I thought you were talking about her being the cutie patootie. Yeah, but it's me who's the patoot. Cutin' and patootin'. Are you a cutie patootie? You really are. You got pretty brown eyes and a pretty brown nose and pretty brown hair. She's a pretty brown dog. I love it. Every time I take her for a walk and we like bump into other poodles, which happens all the time. Like poodles are very, very, especially poodle mixes are very, very popular dogs in Toronto. There's always like other cockapoos or like labradoodles, all those things, golden doodles all over the place. And every time we bump into them, they're usually like caramel colored. Sometimes they're white. Sometimes they're brown as well. Sometimes they're black as well. All the different colors are so beautiful and so sweet. And I always say, I'm like, oh, it's like chocolate and marshmallow, or it's chocolate and peanut butter, or chocolate and caramel, or chocolate and licorice. Yeah, you're a good little mutt. You're a great little mutt, baby. Love you to death. Yeah, the oodle craze is going off around here too. They're very popular all over the place. They're just, I mean, it's hard to argue with. It's hard to argue with this. Yeah, you're just great. I'd recommend you to everyone. I feel like this is the longest she's ever just sat here. She'd usually just like run off to go play with toys by now. Exactly, yeah. I was also kind of like, are we not going to play fetch today? I guess we're not playing fetch today. You know what? You know the blue and orange ball that we play with quite often? They're called Chuckits. The Chuckits. The Chuckits are very, very popular dog toys. This morning, the cat was cuddling it. I think the cat's been playing with the Chuckit ball, which then automatically makes my dog feel like, oh no, that ball isn't mine anymore. If the cat is playing with it, it belongs to the cat. It's too hot to do anything else. And my dog loves pickleballs to chew. Oh my god, so cute. So cute. Yeah, it feels like she's unusually cuddly today. Lovely stuff, yeah. I mean, she was like this all last night too. Like, sometimes we'll spend all night in bed. Like, she'll sleep at my feet. But we don't usually spend all night cuddling. And we definitely spent all last night, like, literally this close to each other cuddling as well. Hi, baby. Are you just feeling extra cuddly? She's fixed. So, I don't think she's going through, like, a heat cycle. I definitely noticed that before I got her fixed, that she would get cuddly like this when she was, like, going through her heat cycle. She wanted to, like, be close to me and wanted to just be, like, all cozy. But once you get them fixed, I don't know if they go through that cycle again. Are you just a sweetheart? You just a sweetheart. Yeah, if the cat is playing with that ball, it might as well be on the other side of the world. Exactly. As soon as the cat lays her paws on it, that's the cat's business. That is the cat's business. You got sleep in your eyes, my sleepy baby. My sleepy weepy puppy. Oh, what a good dog. She really is. Yes, she really is a good pup. Oh, hold on. Are we gonna find that spot? I saw her foot move, but like, where was it? Where's the spot? Is it on the outside of the ears? Is it on the inside of the ears? Inside of the ears. Is it the top of the ears? Is it the edge of the ears? Oh, maybe, no. Is it the back of the ears? No, not there either. Oh, I was really looking for that, you know, the good puppy spot. The good puppy spot. Where is it? Oh, hey, good girl. I love her with this haircut because I think she looks a little bit more like she could, I mean, not actually. If you've actually seen an Irish Wolfhound puppy, you would know that she doesn't actually look like an Irish Wolfhound puppy. Hi. Hi. Hey. Oh, says Ritus. Apparently signs of heat in spayed dogs can only appear in very rare circumstances. Oh, are you very rare, puppy? Are you going through a rare circumstance where you're being extra cuddly and extra cozy because you might be going like a little bit through heat? Maybe because the weather was so hot. She was like, I must be in heat because of the heat. I don't know if that makes any sense. Inconspicuous Chatter says, I was thinking about getting a cat, But I'm so busy these days. I have a lot of stuff on shelves, so I don't know. These are all good considerations. Yeah. Is my house set up for a cat to be able to live comfortably and safely? And do I have the time that it would take to, like, you know, take care of the cat every single day? These are a lot of good things to think about. The sort of like universal recommendation is, if you don't know if you can commit to owning a cat full time, you can sign up to foster cats. And there are people who foster animals who just like have them for a little while until they find their forever homes. And in that way you can kind of like test out the waters of it. See how it is. And then there are people who get foster fails. Oh, big yawn, puppy. Oh no. Oh, she got me. I caught your yawn, puppy. I caught the yawn. Where's the cat? I haven't seen her in a long time. She was here on Monday. Yeah, she was like literally here just earlier this week. Oh, nice, says Inconspicuous Chatter. I could manage that. I'll look into it. I love cats and dogs. Yeah, check out fostering. It's a really, really important service. Yeah. God damn, says Redis, I caught the yawn too. We got us all. Everyone got the yawn. Hey, puppy. Oh, is that the spot? Is that the spot right there? People always assume that cats are low maintenance, but that's why people end up with mean cats. Yeah. Yeah. They take like a lot of care. They're very social creatures. They need to be stimulated. They have to be like, you know, fed good food, have their litter boxes cleaned, have playtime, have cuddle time, and then have alone time as well. Yeah. Hi. Whew. This side of my body is hot from where she was laying up against me. Yeah, my sweet little furnace. My fluffy little space heater. Hi, beautiful. Hi, gorgeous girl. What an angel. Yeah. Cats are very, very social creatures. They don't want to be left alone for like the whole day. They don't want to be left alone for days at a time either. But also, cats are a little bit less maintenance than a dog is. Like a dog, you have to walk multiple times a day. That's a lot of just dedicated dog time. You don't necessarily have to walk your cat at all. Okay, you gonna come back? You wanna put your butt right in my lap? I'm amenable to it. I can't deny her anything, especially not cuddling with me as much as she wants. Butt to butt. Hi, butt to butt. Yeah. It's hot butt to butt. Another yawn. Baby, if you are so tired, why don't you go lay down? Take a little nap. Take a load off, pepperoni. She's got such a pretty smile. Look at how white her teeth are. Hi. Yeah, I'm talking about your beautiful smile. You sweetheart. Going to lay down for a nap would mean that the petting does stop. Ooh, that's a very good point. That's a very, very good point. Yeah. Don't forget about that. That we must continue with the pets. Both hands petting. Yeah. We can never stop. It's never enough. If I stop, she gives me this look like, what did I do wrong? Never. Never anything in your life did you ever do anything wrong, you beautiful angel of a dog. Except for that one time that you got into the garbage. Except for that one time that you got into the garbage and then I yelled at you. Oh, good. Okay. You just got like a little, I don't know, little piece of dirt in your hair. I thought it was a tick for a second. No ticks on you. My cat's weird. He doesn't care for playtime. He sleeps, he eats, occasionally likes to shed all over somebody. I brush him a lot, but he still sheds a whole cat every time. I don't know how that works since he has short hair. It is amazing. It is amazing. They're like a TARDIS. It's like the cat's this big on the outside and then has infinite fur on the inside. It's crazy. I'm gonna take my first break of the stream, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. Not just for me, but also for this beautiful little dog. I hope she's still here when we come back. But maybe she'll be off on a new adventure. Who knows? You'll have to wait and find out. It's just me. The dog and I were cuddling for a while over there, but she's just went to go sit. She went to go sit on the couch. Yeah, what are you doing all the way over there, baby? She winked at me. I love when the dog does the wink. You know, it's like fucking amazing. Why do dogs just instinctually know how to wink? But for humans, it's like gotta really work on it. I can kind of only wink if I move my whole face. She winked at me from across the room. Hey, cutie, come here. Bow, come here. No, she's just looking at me. She's like, I'm not going over there. I'm not doing that. I'm happy where I am, cozy where I am. And she's right to be. It is happy and cozy. Oh, hello. What are you doing over here? Oh, she's over here now. Do you want to come back up? She got to shake first. She's got to do a shake. Is that the ball? Is that the ball that the cat was playing with? Do you want to play fetch? If you bring it here, bow, you have to bring it here. She'll think about it. She's got to like really... She's not one of those dogs who just rushes into anything. She definitely likes to take her time, make sure that she knows what she's doing. Not gonna rush. Not gonna rush it. Okay, the ball is in her mouth. She's wagging her tail. Val, can you bring it here? Bring it here. Oh, she just dropped it on the ground. She just dropped it on the ground. Val, if you want me to throw it, you have to bring it here. Bring it here. Good girl. There we go. I knew we'd figure it out. It's inevitable. Absolutely inevitable. Okay, I guess she's all done with the cuddle time. And now it's time to play fetch. And now it's time to play fetch. Oh, yeah. A very fetching time. Okay, look at it. Oops. Oh. Sometimes you throw it and it doesn't actually go anywhere. Sometimes you throw it and it just comes straight back at you. Because, you know, walls. Walls inside the house do all sorts of crazy things. Yeah. Go get it. Yeah. I think today might be the first day that we can actually go back to the park and play fetch. Really looking forward to that. It's like the only thing she's got going for her, you know? It's not like dogs have a whole bunch of other social engagements that they can enjoy. It's mostly just the park, and it's mostly just fetch. And I also think it's good for me as well. Like, hi. When I got her, so many people gave us, like, you know those plastic throwing arms that have the cup at the end of it? And then it's like a long stick, and there's a handle on the other end, and you can use them to throw the ball really far. People were like, oh, you should get one of those. Those would be so great. That would be the best way to, like, play fetch with your dog. And they're not wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with using those sticks at all. But I wanted to learn how to, like, throw the ball. I wanted to, like, learn how to actually throw it. And now I think I'm not so bad. I mean, definitely not. I've taken her, like, when I go on dates with people sometimes. I'll take her with us and we'll go to the dog park as part of the date. And, like, every guy I've ever taken to the dog park to play fetch with my dog has thrown the ball so far that my dog is confused. They will throw the ball and my dog will legitimately just be like, I don't even know where that ball is. It doesn't even occur to her that the ball could go that far. Go get it. Go get it. And it's very, very funny to watch her, like, look around and be confused. Where the hell did the ball go? How the fuck did you throw it to the moon? And yeah, basically threw it to the goddamn moon. Hi. Welcome back, beautiful girl. Hello, welcome back. Yeah. She thinks, Mom, what is this sorcery? How is this possible? How is it possible? Like, how could you throw the ball and yet make the ball disappear as well? It's just the magic of the park. It's just the magic of the park. It's the inescapable, like, transfer from the human realm into the animal realm. And within the animal realm, all things are possible. Yeah, everything. Everything is possible. Go get it. She's so fucking cute. Oh my God in heaven. I think we would all love to be a dog. Each and every one of us. Sign me up for it. Get to run around naked. Get to pick things up with my mouth. Yeah, that's right. Go get, oops. I hit, it bounced right back to me. Go get it. Oh, it's slimy already. Very, very slimy. Yeah, says Resolve. I've seen pictures of Wolfmen online. And then a picture of Chewbacca. And then an emote of Chewbacca. Val does kind of look like a little Chewbacca, especially when she's very, very fluffy, when I haven't gotten her groomed in a while. Her color, the like texture of her fur is incredibly Chewbacca-like. It would make an excellent Halloween costume for me to be Han Solo, and for her, in her fluffy state, to be Chewbacca. What do you think, babe? Couple's Halloween costume? Yeah, couple's Halloween costume. Ooh. Oh, she's got a real wet mouth. She takes after me, her mother. She's got a very, very wet mouth. It is slick. It is slick in there, girl. Yeah. At least I know you're well hydrated. You can create all this excess fucking goobs. All this excess goob. Okay, go get it. It would be perfect. I could be Han Solo. She could be a tiny itty bitty Chewbacca. Not dissimilar to a Wookiee. Hello again. She's doing it so quick. Eggs for breakfast says, hi. Hello, eggs for breakfast. Oh man, I mean, you're thinking small. Eggs for lunch, eggs for dinner. I love eggs. One of my favorite burger places introduced me years ago to putting a fried egg on a hamburger. That was like my favorite hangover cure when I was in my 20s. It didn't matter how drunk I got the night before. It didn't matter how absolutely hungover and wrecked I was the next morning. I would just immediately feel so much better. And there is something about greasy food helping with a hangover. I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like I read something about that greasy food really does help with a hangover. And that, yeah. That hamburger with a fried egg on it was, it's a treat. You can't have it too often because that's a ton of calories. That's an insane amount of calories. But during a hangover, you need it. You need all those calories to help your body actually pull itself out of the goddamn ditch. We also have breakfast burgers in this more like local burger place, says Ritus. Yes, it's so good. It's so good. Breakfast burger, breakfast sandwiches. You can tell that I'm a millennial because I'm like, I love bacon, I love breakfast foods. If I had the option, I could eat breakfast foods for every single meal of the day. I would do it happily. I would not be complaining. I would just enjoy it thoroughly. It would be amazing. But then again, I guess the reason that we don't do that is because you would get sick of it eventually. And then that just ruins breakfast. And my God, we have so little. We have so little to have, be grateful for, and enjoy now. We can't ruin breakfast. We must not ruin breakfast. It must be kept sacred and holy and fantastic. Yeah. Breakfast for dinner? Do you want breakfast for dinner? Her ears perk up so adorably. She's like, do you want? Yes, I usually want. Whatever you're asking me, yes, I usually want it. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Can I have the ball? Can you drop it? No? You're just gonna hold on to it? She just wants it. All she wants is the ball. Oh, thank you. That's a good girl. That's awesome. Go get it. Yeah, the bruise is cleared up too. I don't know. Well, this is a brand new one, but this one's like a little bit harder to see because it's kind of on like the inside of my leg, but I had these crazy bruises on my shin from going to the dog park, and there was like a bully breed. They like had that like the short hair and like the big meaty head and the sort of like ears and like a bully breed dog. I don't know what it was mixed with, but they were wearing this incredibly thick nylon harness that had like really thick piping. I'm not really sure what the point of it was. It looked really cool and it seemed pretty strong, but it also was like a smidge over-engineered. And this dog was rubbing up against my legs so hard, that it literally left bruises all over my shins. I didn't think that was possible, and yet I was amazed at the outcome. Yeah, Derek Lee Ketchum is saying something to me. I don't know what any of those words mean. Like, literally, it's like a completely different language to me. I'm sorry, I don't understand. I wish I understood. I am not meant to know what these words mean. Go get it. Go on, you funny little dog. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a quote from Scrubs. Oh, ooh, that's a throwback. Yeah. I never really like sat down and actually watched Scrubs in its entirety. Oh, I hit the fan. But if there were episodes on TV when I was younger, I would catch, just like hang out and enjoy. Did Scrubs have overarching, like, long storylines and like extended plots? I think it was mostly just about them dating each other and relationships, with like a little bit of medical stuff sort of thrown in there. But I feel like when I would watch episodes, I would mostly just be able to follow what was going on in the internal story. And there wasn't a whole bunch of like, oh, you'll only get this if you watch like the previous 10 episodes, and then the resolution is going to be in the next 10 episodes. Somebody online was also talking about Scrubs recently, and about how a lot of TV shows start with a premise that like Scrubs was, these guys are brand new doctors, they're doing their like internships, I think is how they started, in the hospital. And it was much more when it began a medical show, like centered around the medicine. And then as the seasons went on, it was like, we're getting further and further away from the medicine. Like, Grey's Anatomy is really, really famous for that one. I have some friends who really like Grey's Anatomy. And there's an episode of Grey's Anatomy where there's a lion loose in the hospital. And I'm sure that they did a great job of sort of like weaving that into the story. But for me, I'm like, this is so ridiculous. This is like, if this was in an anime, I would also have difficulty accepting it for how it is being presented. And this is Grey's Anatomy. This is like real people, supposedly in a real hospital, and there's a lion loose in the hospital. That was quite a mind fuck. I don't know what else to call it. It's just an absolute fucking mind fuck. I love you, hospital. I'm gonna put lions in you. There were some other Grey's Anatomy storylines that I heard of that were very, very intense, but a little bit more believable than there's a lion loose in the hospital. Like, there was a bomb scare one, and I'm like, that seems more reasonable. That, like, bombs are a thing that happens, especially in the United States, unfortunately. There was a shooting. We did watch that one. During the pandemic, my friends and I would host, like, a movie night where we would all get together and one person would get to pick a movie, and we'd all sit down and watch the movie together, and we'd just be, like, typing back and forth to each other on Facebook Messenger, just normally just cracking jokes and pointing out the ridiculous plot lines in the movie or the TV show that we were watching. And I say TV show because Dr. Friend was like, okay, so my pick for the movie that we're going to watch today is this like 2-part episode of Grey's Anatomy where there was an active shooter in the hospital. And they also decided to make the active shooter in the hospital storyline happen at the same time as, I think, the like main lesbian couple were breaking up as well. So I think it was maybe like a doctor and a nurse were dating. Anyone who's watched this is going to be able to correct me because it's a very, very famous episode. But these women know that there is an active shooter in the hospital, and they're still going through their breakup. And every time the camera cut to these women going through this breakup, all of us were just like, I just don't think this is the conversation I'd be having at this exact moment, in this place, at this time. I feel like this would be the kind of thing where I'd be like, we'll talk about this when we get home, and there isn't an active shooter in the hospital right now, but goddamn if those women weren't dedicated to talking about their relationship. Even while there was a guy running around with a gun, shooting people. Did he shoot one of the lesbians? Is that what happened? I can't remember, and now I just feel like I'm making it up. I feel like that's 90% of medical shows. Everyone just dates one another. It's a lot. It is a lot. That is a lot of every TV show is just dating one another. Grace, that were good times. Do you mean that was good times? I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to say. It seems like that's what they're kind of trying to say. Those were good times. Derek Ketchum says, Grey's Anatomy is the One Piece of medical dramas. Ain't that a fact? Yeah. It just goes on and on and on. Are there time skips? There might even be time skips in Grey's Anatomy. Maybe there aren't, though, because they want to keep all the actors the same age. Abundance Euphoria says, if I were in that hospital and I saw a lion in the intensive care unit, I would run in that gown, no regrets, no shame, just running for my life. I mean, I don't know if that's a good idea when there's a lion around. I think that if you start running away from the lion, it's gonna chase after you. Maybe the best thing to do would be to hide. Maybe if you hide from the lion, I don't think lions can open doors. But now that I say that, I'm like, oh man, there absolutely must have been a point where the lion opened a door somehow. I can't believe that it would not happen. Get that lion through that fucking door. It's just too simple to be like, oh, we just like closed all the doors in this area and now the lion's just trapped in this small room. No, that lion can open doors. Damn us and our desire to make everything accessible for people of all abilities. The lion's just like pushing the fucking wheelchair open button. Fuck. We should have said wheelchair only, no lions. I think I saw that one. There was a bomb in a person's chest because they were messing with something, and then they got shot in the chest, and then the explosive got stuck. Yes. Yeah. I think that is what it was, yeah. That the bomb was lodged in their chest, and they had to do surgery to get it out. But in doing surgery to get the bomb out of their chest, it's like, this could explode. How do we do this? How will we save this person? I don't think the bomb went off. Did somebody die, though? They love killing off characters. They love killing off characters. I can't blame them. I used to kill off characters when I play Barbie all the time, too. My mom got so mad at me one day because she heard me from the next room. It was, like, really little. And I had, like, a little itty-bitty Barbie house. It was very much like a single-person Barbie house. Like, the bed folded down, and it was just really teeny tiny. And so Barbie, like, married Ken because wedding things are fun for kids to do. But then I realized as I was playing that I was like, I don't want to have to play with Ken. And so I made Ken an airline pilot. And then, oh, geez, prophetic much. And then I made Ken's plane crash, and my mom from the next room was like, did you just kill Ken? And I felt so guilty. I was like, no, his leg is just broken. And then you you like masking tape a cast onto his leg. And you go, fine, Ken's not dead. He's just broke his leg in a plane crash. The most recent plane crash that we, I think, like, globally have heard about was, I think it was an Air India flight that crashed into, I mean, wait for the Grey's Anatomy episode of this, that crashed into a teaching hospital, didn't it? And so they were like, not only did we lose all these people on this plane who must have been so fucking terrified, but also the plane crashed into a hospital, which is the absolute last place that you would definitely want a plane to crash into. But there was one man who walked away from that flight, who walked away from that crash, that he was like sitting near the side, and I guess he got like thrown out. And there's videos of him walking down the street after he like extracted himself from this insane fucking plane crash. Oh yeah. Chance Raffle says he was in seat 11A. Yeah, A would be like right by the window, right? Oh my God in heaven. Isn't General Hospital still running? I think that's been running longer. No way. No way General Hospital's still going. I have no idea. I have no clue. But I think Grey's Anatomy is the one that's been going the longest. 787 flight, a medical school, hostel. UK Indian citizen survived. Oh my god. Can you imagine? Can you, like, so much survivor's guilt. So much just... It's like it's like a Final Destination movie. Like, this guy could be like, wow, my life is so beautiful and so precious. I'm going to enjoy and make the most of every single day. But I don't think any of us would blame him if he was like, I'm severely depressed and like I feel incredibly guilty for not also like dying along with everybody else in that plane crash, being the only survivor. It'd just be so fucking insane. I can't begin to imagine how he feels. I'll never fly out without being in seat 11A, in 11A. Yeah. I would love to see the stats on people trying to get that seat for, like, every flight from now on. I wonder if it will become, like, universally incredibly popular to try to get that one seat in every flight that you get on. Other people have also survived in that same seat? Wait, like, can you be more specific? That sounds like it's the beginning of an urban legend, but also the whole world is full of crazy happenstance. So, I mean, why not? Good afternoon, V. Hi, Daddy Canada. Looking stunning as always in the summer dress. I hope you and everyone in chat has a great day. Yeah, it has been a really, really good day. We had some people resubscribe earlier today. It'd be nice if any of you guys were able to subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me, you guys. It keeps me in fun, beautiful, pretty dresses that I get to show off to you every day. I would buy a lottery ticket after that if you were lucky as fuck to still be alive. Wouldn't you think that, like, you've already used up your luck, though? How much luck do you think you're gonna have after surviving something like that? I know that is not how luck works. I know that's not even close to how luck works. And I get it, the, like, desire, go buy a lottery ticket, absolutely. I just also would imagine, don't press it. Don't start thinking that, like, oh, I'm the luckiest person in the world. That's not gonna do well for you. It's like finding out you're Bruce Willis in Unbreakable. Ah, sweet Bruce Willis. He gave us so many good movies and brought his heart and soul to all of them. I'll pack my parachute next time I fly. Yeah. The COD montage forever. Thanks. This guy said, why would I lie to myself? Does anybody know what he's talking about? Can anyone put together what he's like referencing or what he's saying? I'm not sure what it means. They said only one survivor. I haven't seen more than one anywhere. I'm not sure there's a tab on that. Yeah. Oh, says Solo Han, I am so locked in right now. That's great, babe. 2 plane crash survivors, nearly 30 years apart, were both seated in 11A. James, and there's his last name, survived a 1998 crash in Thailand. And this guy, Vishwash Ramesh, survived the 2025 crash in India, for those interested. Wow. If I had a nickel for every time somebody survived a plane crash in seat 11A, I would have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it is weird that it's happened twice. It's an interesting stat, and both men were the single survivors of those flights. That is really interesting. That really is. That's scary as all fucking get out. Is the first guy still alive? In my mind, I'm like, he should talk to Vishwash. They should talk. They should be able to support one another. They should be in each other's lives. Yeah, the Phineas and Ferb reference. I've never watched Phineas and Ferb, but that reference is, like, so universal on the internet. It's such a popular meme. Such an inescapably popular meme. Yeah. Wow. Oh. I know that flying in a plane is very, very safe. I know that it's very, very safe. You are way more likely to die in a car accident on the way to the airport than you are to die in an airplane. I think the difference is that if you're dying in a car crash, it's probably like just you or one other person in the car. And so you have your own like terror and your own fear bubbling up all over the place inside of you. And the person who's driving, or like if you're alone in the car, then there's literally nobody else. Dying in a plane crash feels like it would be so much more upsetting and so much more terrifying because you're surrounded by hundreds of other people who are also recognizing that they are about to not be here anymore. And like the overall horror of that, being trapped in the tube flying through the air with all the other people strapped into their seats. There's this really great YouTube channel called Abstract. They changed their YouTube channel name recently. They used to be called Real Horror Stories, but Abstract is also a very, very good name, and I think it's more like representative of what their channel is, because the stories that they tell are definitely horrific, but they're also in some ways a little inspiring, in other ways very fascinating. I talked about this earlier in the month, that the first video that they did on that channel was about the Nutty Putty Cave incident, and about the young man, a husband and father, who got stuck upside down in Nutty Putty Cave and they were unable to get him out. But the most recent video that Abstract put out was about the 9/11 terror attacks in New York City. And that video is so well done. Even if you have no interest in 9/11 at all, not even in like a passing interest, I would still recommend going and checking out that video, because it talks about all the different ways that it was such a unique experience. That in the past, there had definitely been plane hijackings, but in the past, those plane hijackings were more about like getting a bunch of money, or stealing the plane, or extortion, or like a type of like kidnapping. There were definitely like plane hijackings before 9/11, and there were definitely terror attacks before 9/11. Like none of like those two things were not unique to America. The video is called The 9/11 Flight That Fought Back. Exactly. But 9/11, it explains, was so incredibly unique because there had never been a terrorist attack from inside the country that was also simultaneously multiple plane hijackings, because they did get multiple fucking planes. And the video talks about all the planes that were involved in the 9/11 attack, but it also goes into very specific and like purposeful detail about, I think it was Flight 51 maybe, you can correct me if I have the number wrong, but this flight, for whatever reason, the hijackers, in all the other flights that were hijacked for 9/11, they began the hijacking of the flight within like 20 to 30 minutes of the plane taking off. But for reasons that they're not very clear on, this one flight waited way longer to begin the hijacking. Instead of like waiting for the plane to get up into the air and to move from one tower area's surveillance to another, they waited an unusually long time to begin the hijacking. And because they waited for such a long time, it gave the people on the plane more opportunity to sort of figure out what was going on and to organize to fight against it. There were phones on the plane, and there were people who were getting phone calls from their loved ones saying, oh my God, there's like a hijacking going on. There are multiple planes being hijacked. There are planes like flying into the trade centers in New York City. And so the people on the plane were able to realize, we are in the same situation. If we don't stop what these men are doing to this plane, then we are going to be used in this way again. And so it talks about how many of the passengers on that flight called their loved ones and either left messages. There's this like really, really sweet message from this woman to her, like maybe her boyfriend or her husband, her partner. And the way that she's talking is so sweet and so sad. She's like, I love you so much, baby. I hope I get to see you again. And the way that you hear the hope in her voice is just so fucking heartbreaking, because you know, watching the video, that she never did see her partner again. She says, please tell my babies that I love her. She was a mother as well. And those recordings are so heartbreaking. But also, it was incredibly inspirational that those passengers, along with the flight attendants who are still able to help them, fought back super duper hard. They used the drink cart to ram the door of the cabin where the hijackers were flying the plane. They threw boiling water on them. There were a number of guys on that flight, a number of men on that flight who were like big, strong, athletic men, and they fought for their fucking lives. Not because they thought that they would be able to land the plane, although there were 2 people on board. There was one person who had, I think, an amateur pilot's license, and then there was another person who had worked maybe as a flight attendant and had taken some, like when you work as a flight attendant, I think you also get training on how to like maybe manage some kind of emergency landing as well. So there were a couple people on the flight who thought they might have been able to land the plane, but it seemed kind of obvious from the way that a lot of the people who were talking to their loved ones on the ground and left messages to the loved ones on the ground, that the people on the plane knew that they were never going to survive, they were never going to make it off that flight, but that they didn't want to be part of this terror attack, and they didn't want to be involved with this terrible tragedy. And it was, I mean, calling it a miracle is not exactly accurate, because it was a tragedy. It was an absolute fucking tragedy what happened on that flight. But they were able to wait long enough until they were over a less populated area, and they were able to crash the plane into an empty open field. And so on board there were no survivors, but there was also no extra casualties on the ground. There weren't like any like regular civilians on the ground who were killed by that flight. And it was close. It was like really fucking close. When you look at the pictures of where the plane crashed in the field, there's like a whole subdivision. It doesn't even look like it's a kilometer or a mile away from it. And if that plane had just been like blown by the wind a little bit, or if the hijackers had like turned in a certain way, it could have crashed into a neighborhood. There could have been like way more like innocent children, innocent people just living in their homes who would have been killed by that. But it's almost like it's a miracle. They were able to put the plane down somewhere that it didn't hurt anybody else. Go check out that YouTube video, guys. It's called The 9/11 Flight That Fought Back. It's a very, very well-made video. The author of the video also goes into great detail, like wonderful detail. It's not too much, it's actually quite interesting, about the way that the systems were put in place at that time for how to escalate this type of situation to the authorities. That like, once the air traffic control centers, which are often just called centers, once whatever center was made aware that there was a hijacking in progress, they were supposed to, there was like a whole protocol of like, you call this person who assesses at this level of, I don't know, bureaucracy, and then they would escalate it up to another level of bureaucracy, and then it would escalate to another level of bureaucracy, and then this top level would be able to contact like the necessary military or law enforcement. And that system worked if it was just a hijacking and the person on board wanted something. That system worked when the hijackers wanted money, because the ultimate goal then was just getting money, and getting money would need to have all those little bits of escalation for the signing off on either paying them or whatever. But because these hijackers weren't interested in anything other than crashing the planes, the air traffic controllers realized that they were like, this is all happening really quickly. This is all happening right now. there is not time to wait to get a response from this next level and then have them respond to the next level and the next level and the next level. And so one of the air traffic controllers literally just called the military. They have a recording of it in the video where this air traffic controller is describing, we have a hijacking situation. It's this plane out of here and it's heading into that direction. And the person on the phone from like whatever Air Force base took the call. You can hear the panic in his voice. He's like, is this an exercise or is this real world? And the air traffic controller is like, this is real world. This is really happening right now. And the guy on the phone is like, okay, I'm gonna go get, yeah, did you just wait? Like, I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. It was, on one hand, amazing. Like, absolutely amazing how quickly people were able to respond and how quick thinking those air traffic controllers were in that moment. But no matter how fast they were thinking and no matter how fast they were acting, they obviously weren't able to prevent the, like, awful tragedy that happened. Turnip Table says, damn, nice thighs. Thanks, bitch. And Patasso, nice Berks. Thank you so much, Patasso. Patasso, I'm so sorry to say, you ordered me a gift off of my wish list on Throne, but there was an issue with the gift on Throne, and so I refunded you your money. I hope that you got your money back. I'm so sorry about it. I don't know exactly what the issue was. Apparently there was like a price change, and then because of the price change, they weren't able to actually do the fulfillment of the wish list purchase. So I refunded you your money. I hope that you've gotten it back now. But honestly, thank you so much for just giving the gift. Thank you so much for the gift. Even if I wasn't able to get it, it just means a lot to me that you would send it to me in the first place. Ritus says, I've been more into true crime stuff recently, mainly because I was watching Watcher, two guys go into haunted places and talk to ghosts. And that generally recommends me the true crime stuff as well. It's interesting, isn't it? The, like, paranormal to true crime pipeline. That they often kind of go together. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, did that get unpinned? I pinned it at the beginning of stream, but yeah, I guess it wasn't there before. There it is, guys. The wish list is there. The throne list is there. Oh, my Instagram is there, too. Go ahead and follow on Instagram, friends. I post a fun little story of my outfit every day that I stream, and I know you love it. And I know you love it. Oh, that quote from Phineas and Ferb. Yeah, it did get unpinned. Interesting. That's interesting. The quote from Phineas and Ferb. If I had a nickel for every time this happened, I would only have 2 nickels, but it's still strange that it happened twice, is from the first movie called Across the Second Dimension. That's adorable. Hilarious. I did see it pinned for like an hour, and then it just unpinned itself. Interesting. Interesting. One of my favorite streamers was a guest on Watch recently. Oh, cool. Was it the streamer Detune? Detune? That's him. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting that you guys both saw it. Is it bad that I'm like, it's not real, you can't talk to ghosts? I get it that it's just like for entertainment value, absolutely. And that it doesn't need to be real for it to be entertaining. But I don't always love the like, we're gonna go hunt ghosts type of content. Because I'm like, there's just no fucking way this is real. I'm too skeptical. I guess I'm too curmudgeon-y as well. I'm just like, no, it's all fake. It's all fake. I know about him because of Ashley, because Ashley went on a ghost hunting stream with him. That's so fun and so exciting. I do like the ghost hunting. I think it is really fun just to go into creepy places and to scare yourself. I think that's awesome. But I'm like, don't you dare start to pretend like you found evidence of ghosts. Because I just don't believe it. I'm never gonna buy into it, baby. I'm too skeptical. Which isn't to say that I don't believe in ghosts. I definitely think that there's a lot of stuff that happens in our lives that is beyond our like mortal understanding. But I think that if it's beyond our mortal understanding, then it also stands to reason that it's beyond our mortal recording as well. That like, I believe, yeah, you can have some really crazy paranormal experiences. But it's also like, you know, like in quantum physics, observing it changes the nature of it. I think that's the same thing with ghosts, maybe. That like, yeah, ghosts and stuff can be real, but if they know that you're recording, which why wouldn't they know that you're recording? They're probably omnipotent. Then they're not going to reveal themselves in those ways. I'm realizing I'm just like making this all up. It's just all crazy nonsense. None of this is real. I'm just kind of guessing. These are just like guesses and assumptions that I'm making. Oh well. Ghost hunting though, that sounds really fun. Like going into old abandoned places, finding creepy dolls with sticks in their eye holes in an old rundown asylum, or like hearing all those creepy like rattling and clanging noises of the building settling. Very paranormal activity, very exciting. Yeah. Observing things quite often changes the nature of how they exist in so many different ways. Like, I think that also ties into what we were talking about before about going on vacation and feeling like you're always in front of people, and that's kind of hard to relax in that state. And that I feel much more relaxed when I'm being unobserved. Just get to be in my cozy own little space. Skeptic or not, plenty of weird stuff happens on his ghost hunting live streams. That's cool. That's really, really cool. That's exciting and that's good content. I'm still skeptical. I'm still skeptical because how could you know that he's not just planning it? How could you know that he's not manufacturing it? Which isn't to say that it's not still fun to watch and not still spooky to watch. It's been just revealed so many times over and over and over again that these extraordinary circumstances that we just happened to catch on camera were actually like heavily choreographed, planned in advance, premeditated events. Like there is a whole subreddit dedicated, actually. It's called Scripted Asian Gifts, because it's a very popular type of, like it's a very popular trope in Asia that you present the video that you're showing to the audience as, we just happen to have the camera on and we just happen to catch this. And then you find out that like, oh, it was actually kind of, this was like planned all along and there was somebody back there pulling the strings. We want to believe that we're getting an extraordinary experience and that it's like our individual interpretation of an extraordinary experience, but I don't really know often how true that exactly is. I don't mean to like poo-poo this other Twitch streamer at all. Not at all. I think the most important thing is that you're creating exciting content that you enjoy and that you're sharing it with your audience. And whether it's like, this is the God's honest truth, unscripted, that doesn't really matter. You're entertaining. It's just meant to be entertaining, and that's like first and foremost what it should be moving towards. And so I think it's wonderful, but I also think that like my skepticism of the authenticity of it is one of the reasons why like I never got into it myself. Yeah, most of the time there's an explanation for what happened, says Ritus. Oh yeah. Almost always. But then also that's what makes those times where there is no explanation even spicier, even more exciting. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'm gonna get more water and maybe a snack. Yeah, you should do the same. Water in, water out, guys. BRB. Welcome back. Hello again. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, we were talking about the ghost hunting. Derek says we go over the footage of the ghost hunting videos afterwards to try to debunk many of the events that occur in every stream. There's both a condensed version and an uncut version of his ghost hunting stream with Ashley on his YouTube if you're interested. Go check it out, guys! Go watch it, go watch. I mean, it's pretty comforting to imagine that once we die, there's something more beyond that. Because, I mean, if there isn't, then, wow, this is all we got. This is all we're getting. And looking around, like, I mean, there is a lot of good stuff to be gotten around here, absolutely. But, like, I was just looking at how the Venice locals are protesting Jeffrey Bezos's, like, really big, extravagant wedding. And, yeah, comparison is the theft of joy, absolutely. And not that I think we should all be Jeffrey Bezos's level of wealth, but that it would even just be so nice if when we all came together and we all did our best to, like, say the same thing at the same time. Like, we don't want your expensive, extravagant wedding where our city is. That it meant something. We heard it. We were heard, rather. Yeah. I heard that they did get a win. They got him to change the venue. Yeah, that was great. I heard that as well. Hi, Awesome Sauce. Good afternoon. How are you today? Yeah, they got a good change in venue. It went from being... I don't know any of the venues in Venice. I'm so sorry. But it went from one venue that was, I think, it sounded like it was really central, like right in the core of the city, to now the reception venue is going to be somewhere that's further out from the center of the city, that's not going to be right, like, smack dab in the middle of the metropolitan or the, like, busy area, maybe? I think that's wonderful. That's a very, it's a great victory. I was going to call it a small victory, but that's rude. I'm not going to call it a small victory. It's a great victory, no matter the size of it. Oh no, Awesome Sauce. You're dying of the heat. You're cowering in the basement. Oh, did you get the heat wave that just hit us? It finally went back to normal temperatures here in Toronto. It's 22 degrees outside. It's, like, nice and sunny. It was so wonderful to take my dog for a walk this morning. We actually went on, like, a really nice big long walk this morning. We'll go on another big long walk later today. But yeah, I imagine that, unfortunately, that heat is probably just gonna, like, come back around. You're gonna get it for a little while. It'll come back to us again. Fuck, there's no escaping it. I'm so sorry, Awesome Sauce. I hope you're able to beat the heat. And not be cooked like a sweet sausage. Yeah, I just opened Reddit, says Reddit, and I see Jeffrey Bezos alters Venice wedding plans after threat of inflatable crocodiles. Yeah. They were going to, like, fill all of the canals in Venice with the fucking inflatable crocodiles. That's awesome. That's amazing. That's a good use of protesting power. I love it. Reginald D. Ponce, thank you so much. That's so kind of you to say. V, I like your summer dress. Thanks. Me too. It's very, very comfy. It's very, very summery. It feels nice to wear. And it feels nice that you like it as well. Thank you. J-Dog. Oh, wait. J-Dwag? Hold on. Anyways, thank you. Thank you for the subscription. Welcome. I'm sorry if I'm fucking up your username. You can correct me as often as you need to until I get it just perfectly right. It could be J-Dog, but then I'm like, the A and the W would have to be switched, right? Dwag. J-Dwag? That's not a word. Everybody gets it wrong. That's okay. Everyone calls me Invader Vi, so I'm kind of used to people getting my name wrong too. I try not to take it too personally. Oh, good, you have AC, awesome. So, okay, good. But, like, aren't you also Paul Atreides? Don't you love the heat? Sorry. It is hell outside. Yeah, that's what it was like in Toronto for the past few days. Like, I would take my dog for a walk in the morning before the sun came up too high, and then I would not walk her until the sun had been down for at least an hour, so that, like, the pavement had time to cool down, and the air had time to cool down. And poor little dog, he spent so much time inside. J-Dog, if you were my dog, or my dwag, I would take great care of you too. Thank you again for the subscription. Sral69 says, I will never get tired of those legs. I mean, I feel like they're changing. I feel like my legs have been changing, yeah. First of all, like, I've been building more muscle from exercising. Oh, Dre Day. Thank you, Dre Day. Welcome. You also used your Amazon Prime subscription. Thank you, and welcome to the Blanket Fort. I'm very glad you're here. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for the subscriptions. Yeah, I've definitely been feeling that, like, first of all, getting more muscle, like, definitely way more muscle, and, like, sometimes even when I'm, like, if I catch my reflection in a mirror or, like, in a window or something as I'm walking, I can notice that my thigh has that, like, line down the center of it, that, like, muscular line. It makes me feel very, very fancy and strong. And then I started doing yoga every day, like 40 minutes of yoga every day. And it's like particularly relaxation yoga. It's not like muscle building yoga. It's not like high intensity sweat your ass off yoga, which I do also really enjoy doing, but that's like a different time and a different part of the day. The relaxation yoga, it's like to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. It's about relaxing. It's about calming your nervous system and just overall, like, allowing you to be more into your body. It's really, really wonderful. And then from doing that, I feel like I've changed the shape of my calf muscles as well. Oh, another subscription. Thank you. Thank you, 29. Thank you, 29. This is the first time that you've subscribed. Our other two subscribers were for the second month in a row. So I'm going to sing the subscription song for you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Blanket Fort. I'm very glad you're here. I'll send the air reverberating with a mighty cheer. I'll sing you and I'll sing you out. To you I raise a mighty shout. Yo, yo, my sub is here, so welcome to my stream. Thank you, guys. And I'm sorry that the first two didn't get a song. I might have already sung the song for you, like, on the first month that you subscribed. That's also very, very possible. But if I didn't, then you can also, that song can be for you too. You can just pretend that that song was for you. And it'll make it true. It'll make it true. Thank you so much for the subscription, guys. It means so much to me. That's great. Yeah. So I've been noticing, like, a change in the way that, like, my calf muscles are shaped. And also in the, like, I mean, like, the way that my feet lay on the ground, the feeling of my feet on the ground. I kind of didn't realize this for a long time, but, like, my left foot, I feel like I never got that, like, really nice. When you take a step, you should be, like, rolling from your heel through your midfoot, all the way through, if, like, your hand is the equivalent of your foot, all the way through, like, the ball of your foot, and then, oh, hi, puppy, you coming back for more cuddles? And then all the way through, like lifting off of your toes like that. But that's definitely not how we all walk. Like, it's definitely not it. A lot of us kind of, like, skip that rolling, or we, like, land in the mid of our foot, or we walk only on our toes. I really noticed that when I was in high school. We would, like, all go sit outside and, like, sit on the ground with our backs against the school to eat our lunches because it was nice outside, and sometimes the cafeteria was overly packed. And from sitting down on the ground and watching people walk by, I noticed so many guys were just walking on their toes, basically. Like, every step that they took was mostly just, like, on the toes or on the front part of their foot. Val, come on up. Come here. Oh, she's got to stretch first. Hold on. She's got to stretch first. Let the woman stretch first. Okay, Val, come on up. Val, come here. Hi, puppy. Hi, my babe. Hello, sweet girl. We're wearing matching outfits today because we're both in red. Hello, beautiful girl. Now she's just gonna sit here and also enjoy my legs as much as you guys would. Yeah. This is Bal. She's the best dog in the whole wide world. If you don't love her, just wait, you will. Hold your breath because it'll happen sooner rather than later. You are so very soft, my dear. I love your haircut. She was a completely different dog before. I even brought her up on stream the day before she went to get her haircut. Because she was so fluffy. Very, very fluffy. She looked like an absolute fucking Wookiee. She looked just like Chewbacca. Oh, don't fall off. Don't fall off. But the timing of getting her haircut was so good. We got her haircut just about a week ago. And then we had that heat wave start on Sunday. And if I hadn't gotten her that haircut when I did, I think she would have been in danger of getting heat stroke without even having to go outside. Just because of like the curly nature of her fur, very, very insulating. Which is great in the wintertime, which we have a lot of in Canada. But not so good in the summertime when the heat gets so fucking suffocating. You're my little cool pup, not a hot dog. Every time we go for a walk and I can tell she's getting really hot, I call her my hot dog. You're my hot dog. Yeah, you are. Hello, beautiful dog. You have to work those calf muscles for hockey, so I never had that issue. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all about that lower body strength in hockey, eh? Invader V, are there any cons to this position? I remember I used to see my cousin do this after a long walk. Do you mean like sitting in this position? I haven't found any cons to it yet. It's comfy. It's helping keep spider veins out of my thighs. I think it's actually really good for your circulation, isn't it? Because of the nature of the way that our legs are put together, that like our arteries pump blood really hard down to the tips of our toes. But our veins don't actually move the blood back towards our heart. In our legs, the only thing that will move blood back towards our heart is like flexing, moving the muscles. Yeah, she was so fluffy. She was so fluffy. And so I think if you're going to have to sit for long periods of time, like if you're working at a computer, if you're sitting on your own Twitch stream, I really do think that putting your legs up is a good idea for your overall leg health. I also think it can help prevent forming blood clots. I think it can help with like overall heart health as well. Everybody should be sitting with their legs up, guys. It's good for you. No two ways about it. Also, if you sit with your legs up like this, obviously there is a absolutely perfect chin rest for the dog. Yeah. Hey, Val, do you want a treat? Yeah, you want a treat. We put more in the bag today. Yes, you're so nosy. Okay, ready? Paw? Good girl. Good dog. Yeah, you know what's good. Touch? Yes, touches with your nose. Good girl. Touch is with your nose. And now lay down. Can you lay down? I guess that's kind of like laying down. Oh, she's... Okay, you're kind of laying down. There's not a ton of space over here to lay down. She's like got her little feet all tangled up underneath herself. It's okay if you can't get all the way down. I know that you would lay down if you could. That's a good dog. Also, moving around every 40 minutes to an hour, but not like moving the chair. Not just like shifting your chair around. No. You have to like stand up and walk around. You gotta move your whole entire body. Oh yes, yeah. I think that would be the most frustrating part of taking like a really, really big, long, like a flight to Asia, is that you are just sitting in your seat for so many hours. And you can get up and you can like walk to the bathroom. Hi. Hi, beautiful girl. You are such a goober. You are such a goober. Yes, you are. She's like, don't tell everyone that I'm a goober. It's supposed to be our secret. Honey, everyone can see from a mile away that you are just such a goober. Such a goober. You goobed all over my legs. Yeah, even getting up and walking around in an airplane, I think it would just it'd create a really intense amount of claustrophobia. Maybe one day. Alpha 24 says vitamin K consumption can also prevent blood clots as well. Ooh, that's good to know. I don't think I know what foods has vitamin K in it. It's not like potassium, is it? That's the elemental symbol. But I don't know if that's... Oh, it's leafy greens. Ah, nice. Okay, excellent. I'm a big fan of spinach. I fucking love baby spinach. Give me that baby spinach, I say, and then it's gone. Yeah, real good. Ritus says, my watch yells at me for sitting for at least 40 minutes at a time. Oh, that's handy. I do like that. Yeah. Is it an Apple Watch? Is it a Pixel Watch? Or is it just a smartwatch? Oh, hi. You're looking at me like I'm asking you that question. Dogs don't wear watches. At least I don't think. Right? Do you wear watches? Oh my god, she could wear 4 watches all at once. She's got so many wrists. Hi. Hi, beautiful girl. Hello. I love that she came back to cuddle some more. It's a Samsung watch. Nice. Yeah, I didn't picture you as like an iWatch person. Yeah. I don't know why. It's just an assumption, I guess. Which probably isn't good. Shouldn't be assuming. Maybe it's more just like trusting my intuition. I think I got it with my phone. It was like a double deal. That sounds right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. They always do that, right? The like, if you come in today and you buy this phone, you can get a watch or a dishwasher, or I think they were doing for a while, like, you get like 3 months of Disney Plus as well. Like, you can get some subscription services. JDM Princess 4 says, I don't even know how to use most of the features on my watch. Yeah. Do you remember when they were just for telling time? That's the past. What are you, some sort of grandpa? Now in the future, your watch can, it's fucking can trade stocks. You can use it for stalking your friends. You could purchase stockings through your phone and through your watch. It's all stock all the time. Every kind of stock. Biff Biffington. Amazing name. Oh, right, sorry. Biff Buffington, not Biff Biffington. There's a U in there. And I bet there's a little bit of you in me. Dogs can wear watches, but they never keep the correct time because of the paws. Yes! 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 Fuck yes. Oh my god, yes. He's got jokes. He's got jokes. JDM Princess says, I just use mine as a watch and I get annoyed when it shows me anything other than the time. Yeah, yep, exactly. Yeah, I had this conversation with one of my best friends because they were like, there's a new Apple Watch that just came out. And he's like, it has all these features and all this good stuff. And I was like, wait a minute, don't you turn off every feature of your Apple Watch so like you don't get text messages on it, you don't get push notifications, it doesn't do... Oh, Captain Happa, welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, Captain, my captain, I'll be your first mate. Get it? It sounds like a sex joke. And then I talked him out of it. I was like, dude, you're not going to spend like $1,200 on a watch that you're just going to use as a watch. He was talking about how it can help track your sleep and like be really helpful for tracking the way that you sleep and whatnot. But I was like, you don't even wear your watch to bed. Like, I know you don't wear your watch to bed. Why would you get this watch? I'm glad that I talked him out of it. He talked himself out of it, mostly, but I was there to be a good sounding board, yeah. Oh, yeah, says Rice, they do the deals often. You get this phone and you get something else cool with it. Not anything that you need. Actually, one time when I went to go upgrade my phone, they gave me a really nice speaker. It wasn't a Bluetooth speaker. It was one of those, like, you have to plug it in. It was a Sonos speaker. Do you guys know? Maybe that sounds familiar? It had a really good Sonos speaker, and I really liked it, and it worked wonderfully. It was, like, very powerful. It was nice and compact. But then they kept updating the user interface in the app, and then eventually they updated it so much, they were like, oh, you can't even use this speaker anymore. Like, the speaker's so outdated, so... Made sense why they gave it to me for free when I bought my phone, because it did not last for very long. Kale also has vitamin K too. I love that because kale is spelt with a K, so it's easy enough to remember that kale has vitamin K. Unfortunately, I feel like I'm one of those people who doesn't love the taste of kale. There's like a bitterness to it, which a lot of people really, really love, but I'm not a huge fan of. I never really got into kale, unfortunately. That's why I'm a spinach girl. The more technology progresses, says Princess, the more I feel like an old lady. Girl, right? Yes. Yeah. Every day, I'm creeping closer and closer towards the grave, and I'm grateful for it. Oh, what's good, House of Leaves? It's been a minute. How are you? Do you think if dogs had a concept of time, they'd be more stressed? Or would their life improve? Or would it get worse? Dogs have an absolutely keen and acute sense of time. They really do. Dogs have a wonderful sense of time. As long as it is centered around food and when they get treats. Yeah. If you give your dog a treat at 4 p.m. every single day, your dog, like clockwork, will be able to tell you it's 4 p.m. You need to give me a treat. They definitely have a great sense of time when it's attached to treats. Rita says, although I'm an earbud hater, my ears don't like them. They also just have a shorter life cycle. I do check my BPM from time to time on my watch. Yeah. Sometimes they give you a whole ass tablet with your phone. And Buff Biffington says, old, my first tablet was a stone tablet. I love how you guys both individually brought up tablets together. That's fucking crazy. Your brains are connected by invisible strings. I got my Apple Watch for free on a promo. That's the only reason that I have that instead of a normal watch. That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people get it that way as well. Yeah. I wouldn't judge you for that. If it just comes with the phone, what are you going to do? Just throw it in a drawer and ignore it? No, that would be silly. I did see a thing where it was a phone plus a TV, though it wasn't from my phone provider. Oh, they're giving away whole entire TVs now. That would be pretty useful. Having a whole nother brand new fucking TV would be... I get it. Because then I can put the TV on and then not look at it and be on my phone instead. The dream. That's it. That's what we all want. V, how did your elocution get so crisp? Practice? I guess just practicing? It feels good to speak precisely, if that makes sense. I also went to theater school, and I did take like 3 years of theater classes, and there was like a heavy emphasis on voice work in that. So that definitely helped as well, yeah. But honestly, TVs are not very expensive these days. It's true, the technology has advanced so much, and the manufacturing costs have not gone up. It's not like incredibly expensive or getting more expensive to make TVs. So yeah, you can get some like a really, really nice TV for not an insane amount of money. Which is good, because I have seen so many videos of itty bitty little kids being left alone in their living room. So like, children definitely need supervision, because when you don't supervise children, they walk up to the TV and they break it. Like there was one video of a little boy who I think was like angry at a video game. And we've all been so angry at a video game that we've considered like bashing the controller through the screen. But most of us are adults and we don't actually do that. And most of us aren't Twitch streamers and we don't actually do that. But this little boy was alone in the living room and he took the controller in his hand and he like... You wish that he would be like satisfied with the one hit. He like hit it once and the TV was okay. And then he hit it again even harder and then the whole TV fucking broke. Just like absolutely gone, fucking wrecked, ruined. Not great. Not great. That one was... And it's always in these houses where you can see that like the TV is the most expensive thing in the room. And so you're like, oh, I bet that the parents like saved up for that TV. Or though now that we're talking about it, maybe the parents just got the TV for free because they got an upgraded phone. In which case then, hopefully... they're able to like replace it without being too financially stressed about it. Yeah. We just gotta keep an eye on those kids because they exactly, Derek Lee Ketchum, they are determined to break it. Princess says, my cat wakes me up at 4 a.m. on the dot every single morning for breakfast. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. My cat would do the exact same thing. Mercifully, it was at 6 a.m. But at 6 a.m., my cat would be like, get out of bed and feed me. Get out of bed and feed me. She'd bite my nose. She'd paw at my hair. And then I ended up getting her an automatic food dispenser. Not just so that she would leave me alone, but also because the automatic food dispenser gives her like a small amount of food a little bit throughout the entire day. I think she's fed like between like 4 to 6 times a day. It might be closer to 6 to 8 times a day. I don't remember exactly what I have it set to right now off the top of my head. But it helped her lose weight for a while there. She definitely did lose some weight, and the like intermittent feedings was a big part of that. And then the cat just realized that she can eat the dog's food whenever she wants. She can just bully the dog away. And she does bully the dog away. She'll walk in and like swipe at the dog and then start eating the dog's food. So the cat gained back all that weight that she had lost from the intermittent feeding from the automatic feeder. You do your best, and then your cat outsmarts you, and that's the way of life. Oh yeah, and TVs don't weigh like a fucking half metric ton anymore. Oh yeah, that was a sign of incredible wealth in the early 90s, and I guess like in the late 90s as well too. That like huge TV, that like huge gigantic heavy boxy TV. My friends had an entertainment console that was really deep, so that you could like push the TV into it and it would be like kind of flat to the rest of the console. And that was like, you're a billionaire. You're the wealthiest person I've ever met. Oh, do you want me to throw that ball? You have to bring it here. Bow, bring it here. Are you gonna bring it here? Oh, that's on the floor. I can't get down it. I can't get it from the floor. You gotta bring it up here. Yes, just like that. Good girl. Good dog. What a good dog. So good. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, Wicked Bob, you like what you see? Fuck yeah, you do. Derek Lee Ketchum says, yeah, that kid was determined to break that TV. It's, in the moment, it's all that matters is that they get their frustration out on that fucking screen. And then the total kid reaction of trying to turn it off and on again to like see if it'll fix it. Yeah, you saw that same video. Yeah, he goes around to the side and he turns it off and then turns it on again to just see if that'll fix the problem. And nobody, mom and dad are definitely gonna find out what you did. Waking up at 4 a.m. is good on school days since that's when I had to get up anyways. Not so nice or kind on days off. Oh yes, yeah. Having your own like personal fluffy alarm clock works great. It's just that sometimes you can't turn off the personal fluffy alarm clock because they don't understand days off. The cat's like, what do you mean day off? Every day you are on for taking care of me. I have one of those big ass TVs in the corner. It was here when we first moved in. They built your house around that TV. Belle, do you want me to throw it? You have to bring it here. She's just sitting there crying at me with the fucking, yeah, with the ball in her mouth. Belle, do you want to bring it here? She's wagging her tail and she's crying at the same time. Belle, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to chase you? Do you want me to chase you down and get the ball? I don't know what you want. Yeah, are you gonna bring it here? You gotta drop it? Good girl, good dog. Oh my God. You're such a baby. Do your cats also adjust their schedules for daylight savings time? I have no idea. I never asked her. Inconspicuous Chatter says, I remember people with the fancy giant mobile phones in the 90s. Oh, the brick phones. It was like, hello? Yes. One sec. All right, now I can hear you. Literally. This is not even heavy enough to compare to it, though. It's exactly what it is. Absolutely. Those were the days. How could we know that those were our halcyon days? Princess says, I don't know what my cat's going to do next week. School is out for summer break, and I don't have to be awake until later for work. Oh. Just because you don't have to be awake until later for work doesn't mean that you won't be awake earlier. Yeah, he's just going to be mad at you. Even madder. Wake up and feed me. My schedule must be adhered to. You could hear her whimpering? Yeah, the fucking whimpers with the ball. She's so silly. Yeah, go get it. She's very smart. And unfortunately, that smartness also translates into her being very smart and amazing at manipulating the fuck out of me with the whimpers and her cute little smile, her little dog face. So fucking, just frickin' the best. Yeah. It's so cute. JDC, what's good, man? You liked that little phone skit? You liked me holding up my Stanley Cup to my head like it was a phone and pulling on the straw like it was the antenna? Prop comedy, baby. It's coming back. Carrot Top's gonna be the coolest guy in the world again. You just wait. You just wait. I called it. It'll be. I can see the future. I just want to get this degree and then get back to having a semi-normal schedule that me and my cat can both adjust to. What are you getting your degree in? If that's not too personal to ask, of course. You can always lie to me. I'll never know if you're lying to me. That's the great thing about the internet. JDC's like, yeah, that was great. I'm glad you liked it. At least one person enjoys my fucking shenanigans. It's probably more than one person, but it's good to know just even one is landing with just even one person is great enough. Vasflum. Oh yeah, that word got auto-modded because it's a totally appropriate name for a cat, but it's also unfortunately a slur against some people. So sorry for the auto-mod catching that. Vasflum says, we just got a new kitten. The sweetest little Maine Coon that is never full. She is going to be a tank. Maine Coon cats are amazing. They are so big. They're like werewolf cats, basically. It's like if a dog and a cat had a baby, and it was mostly cat, but also very much a dog as well. That's wonderful. Congratulations on the new kitten. That's so fun. It's a good time to get a kitten. Kitten season. Oh, Princess. I'm at the Culinary Institute. I'm trying to break into a career in fine dining. Like SpongeBob in that one episode, where all he knows is fine dining and breathing. I believe in you. That's a wonderful thing to study. That's so great. Very stressful, though. For an incredibly short amount of time, for like one summer, I did the coat check at a fancy restaurant. And then they wanted to see if I was they offered to let me do hostessing. And I did not like hostessing at all. I much preferred just doing the coat check. But all the chefs who worked in the kitchen were all so sweet and so kind, and they smoked like chimneys. I could not believe how much each individual chef smoked so much. And they did a ton of drugs, and they drank so much. They partied more like rock stars than some of the rock stars that I've met. It's badass. It's fucking badass, yeah. Maine Coons can grow to be gigantic. Yeah, they can. Abso-fucking-lutely, yeah. Like, bigger than some small dogs, for sure. But then again, my regular, just black cat is bigger than some small dogs as well. This morning when we went for our walk, there was, lots of people out in the neighborhood walking their dogs this morning. Felt like there was just, a lot of people out in the neighborhood in general because a lot of us have been, staying inside, hiding from the heat all week. And there was this teeny tiny chihuahua who just was just getting so angry, coming at me so hard. And their owner was like, I'm so sorry, she's vicious. And I turned and I was like, I can sense her bloodlust from here. And that cracked them up. They loved that. I don't know if they were expecting me to say that. It's definitely a stressful job working in a kitchen. I'm only in my second term. My chef instructor is running her classroom like a military kitchen and expecting us to put out 5-star dishes. Holy shit, that's a high expectation. I've been in dead end kitchen jobs for over a decade, so I'm not new to the industry, but I've never seen anything this intense. That's amazing. That's so cool. Have you seen the movie Spencer? It stars Kirsten Stewart as Diana Spencer, as Princess Diana. And I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil the opening scene of the movie for you guys, but you should watch the whole movie because it's all very well done. The opening scene of the movie is the military bringing in all these ammunition boxes. Like tons and tons of military personnel bringing in these ammunition boxes and then bringing them into the kitchen, and then all the ammunition boxes open and they're full of all of the food that the royal family will be eating for their Christmas dinner. And very much like what you're saying, the head chef at that palace, I forget exactly which palace they're visiting for Christmas, but the head chef at that palace who's in charge of making all the food, it's very military. Very, very military. You wouldn't think that, like, a kitchen and a battlefield would have so much in common. But fuck yes, they do. Fuck yes, they do. Dogs that are trying to be cats, foxes. Cats that are trying to be dogs, hyenas. I read about that the other day. Yeah, that hyenas are more closely related to cats than they are to dogs, which is such a mind fuck. That's crazy. What the fuck? But then also kind of makes sense then why Scar in The Lion King would go like hook up with the hyenas. They're all just big cats. It's just big cats all the way through. Princess says it makes sense. The kitchen brigade system and the uniforms and everything is, historically speaking, based on military systems. Just like the school uniforms in Japan. Do you guys think we might have a military-industrial complex? Oh, shit. It is everywhere. Oh, fuck. I mean, I have a pair of, like, Doc Marten style. Well, I mean, they're glittery, so they're definitely not particularly militaristic, but, like, Doc Marten boots being so popular, that definitely came from the military. The cut and the style of it. Military jackets were very, very popular a little while ago. Oh, yeah. It makes sense, yeah. I work for the MID, so I can confirm. Woo! Confirmin'. I believe you. Wow, what can't a PSP do? That's amazing. Auguste Escoffier based his kitchen on the military because prior kitchens were disorganized and not at all efficient. And after he started that, it became the industry standard. Oh yes, that makes sense, yeah. There's definitely a large amount of artistry that goes into making food. And that artistry artistry is often very, very messy. But when you're dealing with food, it's kind of counterintuitive to be messy. So I get it. Yeah, you like focus really hard on keeping things very precise, keeping things very organized, things very clean. And then within that very rigid framework, there is opportunity for artistry, but not so much artistry that it like overwhelms the entire process. Artistry where it belongs, organization where it is necessary. That makes sense. Also makes sense why you have to wake up at 4 a.m. to get to the fucking kitchen to start cooking. Yeah, you're on military time, baby. Whew. I think I would love to do pastries. I like cooking. It's good, it's fine. But I really love baking. Like, baking is where I feel like it really lights me up and it makes me so happy. And it feels like so wonderful and so magical. I really, really like baking. There was a day, oh my god, this is so embarrassing, but also it wasn't the worst case scenario. There was a day where a friend of ours was pregnant and we were helping to organize a surprise baby shower for her. So like she thought she was just going to show up to do a regular class, She was a teacher of ours for a fitness class. So she thought she was just going to show up to do like a regular fitness class, but it was a surprise baby shower for her. And one of my friends came over and we were baking cupcakes for the surprise baby shower that was going to happen the next day. And that night we ran into her, the woman who was pregnant, the woman who was going to have the surprise baby shower. And without thinking at all, I said to her, "We were baking all day because of you." And she was like, "Baking all day because of me? Why?" And without missing a beat, I was like, "Because you're always going. Look at, you're pregnant, but you never stop." And so today I was just like, "Oh my God, I just have to work so hard. There's no excuse for not working hard. She's pregnant and she's still working hard." And she was like, "Thank you so much. That's so nice of you to say." And my friend who was standing next to me was like, "That was a good fucking save, but you're an idiot for saying anything in the first place." Oh, damn. Almost ruined the whole surprise. The next day, I brought it up to her that I was like, "I almost spoiled it for you yesterday when I told you that we had been baking all day for you." And she was like, "I completely believed your lie." She's like, "I absolutely fully believed that you were just like inspired by my work ethic." I was like, "Well, yeah, because that's true as well. Like, that's why we're throwing you this fucking party, because you do work so hard for us and we deeply appreciate it." So that wasn't a lie. It just wasn't the exact truth. Oh, you have to wake up at 4 a.m. because you have a 2-hour commute to school. Oh, that is, yeah, one of my best friends in university had a similar commute. That she had to wake up and, yeah, she had to take the TTC all the way into the city to get to university classes with us. And then our classes ended, because we had rehearsal, because it was theater school. Our rehearsals would end at 10 p.m. and then she would get home at midnight. And then she would have to like wake up and then get back to school again for 9 a.m. Oh my God, I do not think anything less than you are a very hard-working, dedicated person with that commute. Rita says, "I enjoy cooking. Funny enough, I just love cooking. I love the cooking in Tears of the Kingdom. The game has so many foods." Oh, I mean, there's so much like cooking and food in Breath of the Wild as well. Is there even, they must have expanded it even more for Tears of the Kingdom. When Brooklyn was streaming, she would play, I think she was playing Skyrim, or maybe she wasn't streaming Skyrim. Now I can't remember exactly if she just did this on her own time and talked about it on stream, or if she actually did it on stream. But she would just make soups. Her Dragonborn character was like, "I'm just making soup. I'm just gonna get all these ingredients. I'm gonna make all these different types of soups. I'm gonna buy and sell different soups." That's what I love about Skyrim. There's no wrong way. There is no wrong way of playing Skyrim. You can do it however you want to. There's even more cooking in Tears of the Kingdom. They even have pizza. Italy exists in the Hyrule universe. This is very important for me to know. This is very important for all of us to know. They even have pizza. It's so fucking funny. You're so excited, right? As I love it. Link deserves pizza. He's working his ass off. And yeah, Brooklyn was the soup-born. Oh yeah, I guess there's like dragons and stuff, but there's also soup! Soup me up! It was a real super way to play. So dumb. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take one more quick break. Don't go anywhere, stick around. I'll be right back. came back. Hello again. Derek Lee Ketchum, we're talking about Tears of the Kingdom, and he's saying, it's weird, I remember so much hype for Tears of the Kingdom leading up to its release. I couldn't tell you one streamer I've watched playing it that actually finished the game, though. And then Ritus responded, people expected way too much from Tears of the Kingdom. I would say it delivered enough content. It was just the bar was set so high with Breath of the Wild. Because if you play the game, Tears of the Kingdom was basically 3 times as big, and the map has been reworked a lot. Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right, Ritus. I think that, like, Tears of the Kingdom on its own is a phenomenal game, and that a lot of people couldn't help but compare it to Breath of the Wild. And then you have that experience of, like, the first time you played Breath of the Wild, there's, like, nothing like it. And then that sets the bar, right? And then how are you ever going to surpass that bar? Not gonna lie, says Derek Lee Ketchum. I still haven't played Breath of the Wild because I'm intimidated by the size of the world and everything possible you can do in it. And you're telling me that Tears of the Kingdom is 3 times bigger than that? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. You should definitely play Breath of the Wild. It is amazing fun. It is very, very well done. It's big, but it's not overwhelmingly big. You recognize pretty early that there are, like, good, happy, safe spaces that you can play in. And then you definitely are made aware that there are dangerous places that you cannot go to yet. But then what's so nice about that is that it shows you, like, okay, these enemies are way too hard. This area is way too hard. This temple or this task, this quest is just, like, way too much for me. It feels so incredibly satisfying to just work on the small little bits of game that you can work on. And then all of a sudden you notice that you're like, oh wow, I'm way stronger. I have so much more stamina. I can go and I can do these things that I didn't think I was going to be able to do before. And it's because, like, of the way that the game is really set up to allow you to grow, encourage you to grow, and then reward you for growing as well. It's wonderful. Yeah, don't be worried about how big it is. You are just one person, and all you have to do is live in the world around you at one time. Yeah, Ritus says, personally, I think it delivered and more. Yeah, Ritus, absolutely. I need to go back to Hateno Village and build a house in Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, wait, you can, like, actually physically build your house? It's not just a house that you get to buy and upgrade? Ooh. It's a little bit like Animal Crossing. Let me decorate. Let me make it all the way that I want it to make it. I love that. Breath of the Wild was the first Legend of Zelda game that I played, and not that I regret it at all. It's just that I have no desire to play any of the previous Legends of Zelda games because I just know, not because they're not good, but I know because Breath of the Wild was so amazing that I'm like, there's no other game in the series that's going to previously be able to compare to it. But honestly, yeah, one day I will play Tears of the Kingdom. I have a copy of it. I'm excited to jump into it. Mostly because, yeah, Breath of the Wild was amazing. And I guess that is probably the main selling point that maybe we didn't catch right away. That we can't go back and play Breath of the Wild for the first time again. That we've already done that. If you've played it for the first time. That's just how it works. So they gave us Tears of the Kingdom as a, like, hey, guess what? Do you want to replay this game for the first time again? There it is. There's the experience for you. We talked about this, love delaying gratification. I hope I'm not actually right about saying this, but I always imagine that I'm like, yeah, next pandemic I'll play Tears of the Kingdom. Next time they shut down the whole entire world and everything has to go into lockdown again, perfect time to just jump back into Hyrule. Not that I want another pandemic. Not that I, like, think there's another pandemic on its way. I think we're okay. Bye, Derek. Have a good time with your mom and her lunch, and tell her happy birthday from me. That's wonderful. Have a great day. It's very, very sweet. Your timing is perfect, because we're about to wrap up stream anyways. Yeah. Delaying gratification is the reason that I haven't watched Free Run just yet also. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's no rush to get into it. Oh, hey, pup. Okay, we're done playing fetch. And now she got her favorite dinosaur puppet. Oh, dinosaur puppet. Like the dinosaur dream I had last night. Maybe the puppet is the reason why in my dream I got the idea to grab the dinosaur skull and to use that against the, like, attacking mutant dinosaurs. That's incredible, the way that our brains weave all of these different things together in unexpected ways. And it's not until you, like, take a peek at, I don't know, whatever the fuck you got going on around you, that you start noticing the, like, little bits of inspiration all over the place. Or it could just be all random, and our brains are just goopy monsters that just put things together that have nothing to do with anything. How about, oh, she's really tearing into it. She's really enjoying it, really messing it up. Who can blame her? Not I. I wouldn't blame her. I loved Freerun. I loved it so much. I think I subscribed to one of the subreddits that discusses it, and it's so adorable to see the different things that people notice in the story and the way that people, like, are just falling in love with the entire world and the characters. There was a post that was like, who do you think is, like, the silliest person in the TV show? And they were, like, talking about different background characters, but the top comment was just, it's Freerun. It's her. She is just the goofiest one out of all of them, while simultaneously being very, like, serious and understated. She's a great character. And the cosplays, oh my god. I think one of the things that really convinced me to watch it was that there was this itty-bitty, teeny, tiny little girl in an absolutely perfect Freerun cosplay. And I was like, oh my god, this little girl is so cute. I need to understand her cosplay more. Like, just on the most basic level, that this girl is adorable, I've been sold on this TV show. But the desire to go deeper into it and to discover more. I must discover more about this show so that her cuteness can be fully understood. I loved it. Can't recommend it enough. Absolutely. Oh, tonight I think I'm going to watch K-Pop Demon Hunters. I saw that it was a new release on Netflix, and honestly, I thought it was going to be a TV show. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I have it in me to watch a whole TV show of K-Pop Demon Hunters, even though it looked pretty interesting. And then so many people have been posting about it online. Like, from many different subreddits, I've been seeing lots of people talking about it. And so I also realized through their posting that it's just a movie. It's just one movie. It's not a TV show. It looked like it could be a TV show, but it wasn't. It's just a movie. The premise, I think you can get it from the title of it, is that they're K-pop stars, but they're also demon hunters. I can't resist. I can't resist. Not that I love K-pop very much. I went through a phase. I think that a lot of people do occasionally go through phases where you find, like, a fun music style, you find a new genre, and you really enjoy it. And I really did like K-pop for a while. I think it was just a phase, though. I'm not as fanatical. Maybe that was it, that, like, if you like K-pop, it's, like, your favorite thing. You go hardcore into it. You're obsessed with it. It is your be-all and your end-all. And I was like, oh, I like it a little bit. And then I realized that I am not appreciating it in the way that the average fan does. Maybe it is not... Maybe it's not for me. Halambo says, it's not a phase, Mom. I love seeing older people who are, like, still doing their goth stuff, who are still doing their, like, swept, dyed black hair stuff, and knowing that they were telling the truth. They were absolutely telling the truth to their mothers, that it wasn't a phase. This is exactly who they truly are. And I appreciate that so very fucking much. What's good, Sam Dog? I found a ton of Pop-Tarts at the store, he says. But no Mom-Tarts. I guess that's just the cost of living in a patriarchy. Oh my god, it's perfect! It's perfect. Were you here earlier when I was talking with Princess, who's in culinary school right now, And I was like, I think I'd prefer to do pastries. I love pastries so much more than just cooking. If you weren't here, that is an amazing sense of intuition for nailing the previous conversation in joke format. And if you were here before and you heard that conversation, then you also just nailed it by giving a wonderfully topical joke. Yeah, 10 out of 10 would laugh again. So many Pop-Tarts, no Mom-Tarts. We're in a pastryarchy. It works on every single level. It's delicious. No, I missed it. You weren't here before when we were talking about my love of baking and my stupid little story about the cupcakes. Oh, that's awesome then. Oh my god. Wow, your intuition is sharp. It is on fucking point. God bless you, my dude. That's fucking great. Hey, North Countrymen. Yeah, pastries are amazing. I love them. I might have like lost a little bit of my fortitude the other day and gotten a bunch of 2-bite brownies. 1-bite brownies? 2-bite brownies? Let's be real. They're eaten in half them. It's like half a bite. It's just in my mouth and I'm already swallowing it and reaching for another one. Brownies, Rice Krispie squares. Oh my god, I love croissants. I love a muffin. I have not met a pastry that I wasn't absolutely head over heels deeply in love with in my life. I love them all the time, every day. I love that you can have a pastry for breakfast. There is no other meal in the day where you can just have dessert and that be counted as the meal. Except for breakfast. It's totally fine. You can have a Danish for breakfast. That is perfectly allowed. No one's gonna be mad at you. You will not get arrested for it. And that's the world that I love living in, is that dessert for breakfast world. Oh, waffles? I was so lucky. We were so lucky in university that one of our friends, like our best friend, international friend, the one who lives in Bali, she was like, I brought the most important item from my house at home with my family to live in Toronto and to live with you guys to go to school with. And it is the waffle iron. And it is a good friend, a great friend, a best friend who makes you waffles in the morning. It was always so wonderful to wake up and smell that waffle iron and know that she was gonna make you waffles in the morning. It's fucking amazing. And of course, you have to put maple syrup, real maple syrup, not table syrup, real maple syrup in each and every single square of the waffle. That's the right way of doing it. You can't do it otherwise. You will be arrested. You will not pass go. You will not collect $200. Dashing, coming with the jokes as well. A friend of mine asked if I believed in monogamy. I said, believe in it? I've got a table made of it. Yes, monogamy versus mahogany. That one's good too. It's a groaner, but I love it. I'm not mad about it. I think it's a great joke. I love puns. Just the little performative nature of it and the sweetness. It doesn't hurt anyone. It's just to make you smile and it's just to make you laugh and it's just the way I like it. That one's so good. I have a dad joke. But I have a dad joke one, but I can't say it here. I'll say it in Discord once stream is done. Anytime I read or hear the word mahogany, I just think of the Robert Goulet, Will Ferrell skit, where he says he has many leather-bound books and his apartment smells of rich mahogany. Because that's a good fucking smell. Yeah, it is. Okay, Dashing, give me your dad joke in Discord. I can't wait for it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today on stream. We had great conversations, wonderful puns, and overall just a great day. I appreciate it so much, my dudes. Thank you very, very, very much. Let's see, who shall we rate today? Oh, yeah. Pizza Princess is streaming today. I'm gonna send you guys over to Pizza Princess. Thank you all very much for spending the day with me. I had so much fun chatting with each and every one of you. I hope you had a great time listening. Yeah. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure that your AC is on. Don't let the heat get you down, awesome sauce. Stay in the basement, baby. I'll talk to you guys later.